remember what we said.
You know. Amen. All right, all right. So today we're jumping into, so I want us as soon as we start, if you want to have anything to say, let's get it started so we can get speaking, All right. So today we're going to continue. Pio, I say PI, Pio, I hand
That's
over
it.
to you to, what are we looking at today?
Fantastic. Thank you very much, my amiable colleague, PI. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much, sir.
All right, so today we are going to be looking at how men handle things and how women handle things. I feel like we can glean a lot from how we understand ourselves and how we also understand the other party. Um, yes, it's important that we start to look at, okay, what is it in the life of a man, or how does a man see certain things, and how does a woman see certain things? And I will take on two major things only, or we will take on two major things only because we don't have a lot of time. So we are going to look at what men and women do when they are under pressure, because I feel like this is something that we need to learn. A lot of people, I found out, is not that they are not in love with each other, but they do not know how to help or balance each other when they are under crisis or under pressure. And pressure you would have, pressure you will see, is how you navigate and maneuver that determines how stronger you become. When you hear things like irreconcilable differences, it's not because differences are bad, it's because people have just chosen to not understand it, and they choose to stand on their lanes and say, you know what, I really can't deal with this. So we'll look at how men and women deal with issues. And the second thing is how men and women deal with support. I feel these are two areas that we are going to look at. And I believe that if we're able to do this too, you guys will have a good understanding of how you guys can work together. I have an impression in my heart, guys. I have an impression that a lot of you that currently are single, maybe could be in relationship, if you understand this that I'm about to teach you. So, or if you understand what we are about to teach you. So please listen with the eyes of learning, not with the eyes of critiquing. Sometimes people listen to just want to explain why they are right and other people are wrong. No, listen with the eyes of learning, listen with the ears of learning, if I put it that way, so that you can get stuff. And of course, if there are things that you want to ask a question about, hey, we would have some time for question and answer. All right. Now I'm going to start with some questions, and I want you with your emojis or with your memes or whatever it is on the comment section to throw a any comment, any remark, any meme, any emoji of your choice when you hear these questions, and tell me how they make you feel. So you can use your emoji to tell me how it make you feel. You can throw love, you can throw angry face, you can throw bomb, whatever it is. I want you to be able to do that. Now, I'm going to start with my female folks just because I love you guys. And of course, I love my wife. So, how do you feel when you hear these questions or when you hear these remarks coming from the opposite gender? Are we ready? Oh, wait, first and foremost, hope you guys get the assignment. Hope you understand you understand the assignment. If you understand the assignment, unmute your mic and say, "Yup, yup." Let me just know that I'm working with people. Oh, some people are
Yep,
so
yep.
fast.
Oprah, you're already in the spirit. Oh,
Like, gosh, I'm like, what? All right. So good, 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 good. Okay, I can only see two youps. All right. Okay, it's like other people are in places where they can't speak. Okay, if you cannot speak, type it so we just know that you are here. All right. All right. Cool. So let's start. Women, how do you feel when you hear this, especially when you are trying to have a conversation with a guy? Now I start. You shouldn't worry so much, or you worry too much about things. Throw your emojis as you deem fit. If you like it, you can put a smiley. You can, yeah. All right. Okay. But that's not a big deal now. That's number two. Um, you always twist my words. Okay, I'm sorry. Now can we just forget it? Why don't you just move on? Why don't you just do it? But we do talk now. You shouldn't feel hurt. That's not what I meant. So what are you trying to say? You shouldn't feel that way. How can you say that? Last week I spent the whole day with you. We had a great week and we had a great time. Okay, then just forget it. All right. I would clean up the backyard. Okay, sorry, this is Oyinbo people. I will clean the backyard. Hope that makes you happy. I got it. This is what you should do. Look, there's nothing we can do about it. If you're going to complain about doing it, then don't. If you're going to complain about doing it, then don't do it. Why do you let people treat you this way? Forget them. If you're not happy, then we should just get a divorce. All right, then you can do it your way. From now on, I handle things in this house. Of course, I care about you. That's ridiculous. Would you get to the point? All we have to do is this, period. It's not so hard. How do you guys feel? Yeah, somebody's in our sound now. Our sound now. Now, I'm just going to take like two. Oh my God. Exactly what I expected. When they say, so I'm stupid. So can maybe just two people, like fastest fingers up, two people with your raising hand button. Tell me what you felt. If you have felt this way before, if somebody has said these things to you, if anything that I said right now reminded you of something someone said to you, a male person individually, yeah. Can you just raise your hand? Put a finger up if you have heard this before, or you've been told this before, or you are being told this right now. Put a finger up. Fast, 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 fast. Adefo, number one. Who is number two? Who is number two? You guys are see, we'll close shop. I'm not here for fake life. You put emoji
Like it
now.
could also be a case of how did you feel hearing those
Or how
things? What
did
we
you
say.
feel hearing this? Oh, you see why? Look at this literally just played out right now. Men, and I'll get there. Men are very, very, very fast and direct, but we don't always look at every other thing. We think we know, but we really don't. That's just a beautiful example. And therefore, you tell me, how did this make you feel, or did you ever feel this way, or what did you feel when you were told this?
So I remember one uncle that I was experiencing, or I experienced,
Kabishi.
and so it will always make it seem like you're talking too much, or
Mm.
you're being too much. And in my head, I'm like, you're not understanding. If you're understanding what I am saying, I won't be saying it all the time. Like,
Come on.
and then you will say things like, oh, you're just too much, you're too emotional. See, when he says that you're too
I
emotional,
forgot that one. I forgot that one.
even like say they put J, you say, waiting, are you all right? And then you just kickstart another, because now you say I'm too emotional, then I get emotional, and it just goes downhill from there. And I think over time, hearing that too often made me start to suppress things instead of communicating. I'm just like, you won't understand either way, so I won't say anything.
Mm,
Led to resentment, and eventually, you know, the thing do explode and cut up you.
my God. Wow, wow. All right. I'll take another person. Like PI said, you've experienced it. Thank you, Adi, for being vulnerable and open. I'll take another person. Either you've experienced this or tell me the emotions that you felt right now, hearing all that. If you don't talk, PI, yami, waiting they go on. Hope there is no longer experience. Oga, please hold your side. Yeah, please. Eh?
Yeah, I think I like one of the things Adefoye said. I think how many women have heard you are too emotional, that too emotional, too much. Even if the person is
Mhm.
not saying you're too much, but you're too emotional. Maybe men, can you explain to her what do you mean by you're too? What does that mean? Women, anybody
Do
want
you
to
want us
share?
to go in there now?
Yeah. Okay. But
No, no,
I'm just
we
saying.
could. I
I
say
think
I'm ready to go with the flow.
Yeah.
How
Since
do
we
you
don't have
think we should
anybody
go?
hands up again, I want to share. So, what does it mean? To anything. So, what does that mean?
For a
Mayaki, can
woman
you
or
tell
a
me
man?
Okay, who is
from a
that?
man's perspective,
Okay, I'm
what
using
does
Bloom.
it mean when a man says you're too emotional? So I want to call a man
No,
or any.
Okay.
no. This is Tom is trying to say something. Should we hear her
Oh,
then?
okay,
All right, go
okay.
ahead,
Oh,
So,
Tom.
okay.
oh yeah.
So from a man's perspective, as a married person now, Sha, that's where I'm speaking from. When he says you are too emotional, I know that he's saying I'm not being rational about it. Or when whatever it is I'm thinking at that point, whatever it is I'm trying to do at that point, I've not thought it through. I'm just acting based off how I
Emotions.
feel at that. Yes, he's not
Does
wrong,
Oh God.
how
but
does
does
it make
not
you
mean that
feel?
I know he's right. But at that point, I don't really care. I just want to do what I want to. I just want to do what I want to do.
Damn it.
Fantabulous. Oh yeah, man. What do you mean? Like you are too emotional? Because
Like, I'm even going to be calling men out. Like, I don't even have time. I'm sorry. Like, if you're a man here, just know, just change your name to Zoom user because I'm going to be calling you.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's speak.
Dr. Moren,
Men,
what do you mean?
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Pastor Man,
Sheyi
I'm coming to
Owolabi,
you.
what do you
Lumi,
mean?
we're coming to you.
Did they, somebody call? Good evening, sir. I heard
It's
Dr.
you.
Morris, sir. It's me.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so
I be you, you want
please,
emotion.
what I don't know if I have told somebody. I know what I used to say when I was a
What do
medical
you
student.
mean?
What I used to tell, I had a friend, and I used to tell her that she had too much estrogen. So what I felt,
Hey, that's the scientific way of insult.
so because I mean, this is a very simple issue. Okay,
Mm-mm.
we've said
That in
A
itself is another
plus
issue.
B is not equals to C. Wetin carry processing and all of these things put inside. Why are we talking about how and where and who and why and how? I mean, I feel like there is a lot that goes into a lady's mind in terms of you say something and it can mean like 100 things, and you now have to be
Fantastic.
very explicit. You now have to take the time. You just want to say something and go, and maybe you did not mean it in a certain way. It was very clear. Okay, sister, please call me by 8 p.m. could mean, sister, don't call me any other time except by 8 p.m. That's she's probably processing. Why can I not call you before 8 p.m.? Or why should I
Jesus.
call you on 8 p.m.? So it's a lot of things. So
Jesus.
sometimes you now have to come and sit down and say, sorry, what I meant by call me by 8 p.m. was because kiniko. So maybe I'm just looking at it from that angle, that the emotionality or that part, pardon my English is not very good, but what
Estrogen, now what you call them?
You say
estrogen,
she has too
is
much
the female
estrogen.
hormone. So there's actually the female brain. So there is the female brain. Scientifically, there's a scientific data around it
Dr.
that
Morris, okay, it's okay. Don't hide under science. You have insult somebody, you have insult somebody. Take it with your full chest. Thank you very
okay,
much.
sir.
Let me look to another man.
Please pass the
Sympathy.
baton, sir. Thank you, sir.
Passing the baton to another married man
But
here.
you see
His
what
name.
happened? Umoy could not really speak. I know I threw a shade that Charity caught and she was laughing. I said maybe you saw this that I want more emotion. Because we also have it, we can't box all women. Some men actually
Yes.
feel like some women are not
Yes.
emotional. I don't know what you want. Because it feels like some men will say too emotional. So like make she even show me emotion.
She
So
be
there's
like,
also that.
man.
Yeah,
She be like,
there are some people
man.
that are also like that. That's yeah. So any other man, when you say two something, what does that mean?
Mr. Olumide Olaokun, what do you mean? Ah, all the men that I called that did not speak, just know that you're owing me 10,000 naira. Uh-huh.
While we're waiting for Lumide, wow, that's another Lumide, right?
Lumide Alade, yes. You cannot be bearing my name and be silent. Shebi have said Lumi Morgan. Lumi Morgan, get ready. Uh-huh. Olumide Alade, where
Is
are
Olumide
you?
Alade here?
I can see the two of
Good
them's name
evening.
here.
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh. Who is this? Mr. Olumide Alaokunsha.
is Olumide Alade?
Okay, Olumide Alade. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ye-
What
Yes,
do you
so
mean?
for me, when I tell my partner that she's emotional, it's probably because my expectation of how she should process things is not meeting my own expectation.
Mm.
Yeah, so
So we have expectations on how women should process.
most of the time, that's for me, 100%. That's usually most of the time. That's what.
Love it.
Yes, they usually take a long process, a long duration to process something. I'm like, I've already reached the conclusion. Why are we taking so long, cutting through corners and all of that? Like,
Mm.
let me just give you the solution. Let's forget about all the corner and all of that. But so like, I feel like for her, she just wants to go through the process and deal with the emotions. And I just want to get to the conclusion.
Mm,
Fantastic. Okay,
perfect.
thank you very much. I'm going to say the flip side now. I'm going to say certain questions or certain phrases.
Do you
Men,
want us to finish that? Then we'll now go to the men so that we don't.
I
Wait,
I I, I want us to have both. Okay, Ayomide is here.
Ayo, yeah, because I wanted
Oh
to
yeah.
write on that so I don't forget some. Let me note it down.
Okay.
Ayo, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Ayo, speak. Then yes.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I concerning the partner being emotional, I remember some while back when myself and my wife were trying to address issues like, okay, something happened, and I'm bringing it up, like, let's discuss this thing, and the next thing I'm already seeing tears. I'm already seeing,
Mm,
I'm already
Fires
seeing,
gather here.
why are you crying?
so
Or
fair,
laughing
fine.
so now?
Abi,
Like we just want to talk, but then I just
can
realized that the
we
moment she
talk?
starts I just un-
Sorry.
I just realized that the moment she starts to cry, it's almost like it just clouds my ability
It's
to
a lost
reason.
battle.
Yes, and and my response usually is you're being emotional. At some point I even thought about it as being manipulative.
Relative, yeah.
Mm,
Be-
Suku Gozie game.
because because I'm like, something happened. Husband and wife, our first sorrow. We need to talk about it. We need to address it. We need to know where we went wrong and all of that. And you're crying because you either feel like, oh, you have been misunderstood, or I mean, maybe something triggered something inside of
Mm-hmm.
you. I don't feel like the response should be tears. I feel like the response should be communication. Okay, this is how I
Mm,
feel about it. This thing that you said, this is how I received it. This is what I think you're saying, and all of that. But I realized that for her, then that was then she would rather just cry and say, oh, probably just try to beat herself up, or yes, or even when she's trying to admit wrong, sometimes it comes with tears. And I'm like, Koleto, it's just a matter of communication. You did this, you didn't admit first. Let's proceed, let's talk. Crying just as a way of blocking out some things and just making cutting it cuts short the communication. In my perspective, it
mm.
cuts short the ability for us to be able to get to a reasonable end, because the moment you start crying, the next thing I want to argue, I want to tell you to stop crying. i
And
also
at
saw
that point,
myself I also saw myself at some point that she cried to the point where I stopped caring about the tears,
Mm,
because I'm like, okay, this is your tool. This
mm.
is what you want to be using. You know that whenever you cry, I always
You
come
stop, yeah.
around,
you
Yeah.
want to weaponize.
and I'll try to drop my weapons and all of that because you're crying.
Love
So
it.
I would always just say to her then that you're overly emotional. You are, and it's escalated to you are being manipulative. And we had to seek help in that area to understand, okay, this is what she's feeling, where she's coming from. And thanks to the pastors, by the way, that that helped us navigate that period. But yes, that was one of the things that really got to me, and why I labeled her being emotional at that point.
Thank you, Ayo.
Ah,
Thank you
good stuff.
so much. We're going to settle on this for a moment. God bless you for being vulnerable and sharing your journey and where you guys are. Like you said, coming to understand it. Now, for singles, guys are not married, women are not married. This is real.
Yes.
This is real, and it can have extremes. People can begin to cry to shut down conversations, and some guys feel like they are not being heard by your cry. Some guys don't care about the tears. Some guys, like I was saying, it got to you like, I'm cursing my wife. It has implication on both parts. So women, let's talk about these tears. Now, I think personally, sometimes we cry. How many of you are the type of people that when you get angry, you cry? I am that girl. Like, it's not even my husband alone. Like somebody offend me, like there's a kind of anger that like pain, unless I'll start crying.
Only tears can do.
So sometimes when I am trying not to get angry, like emoji, like see, it just begins to flow. There's that. There's the tears of pain. Like, what is Ginika say you don't mean it. Ginika, you know they cry. Ginika, you they cry, Joe. Ginika, you don't
See,
cry.
I need to
Oh,
process with Ginika on
yeah,
a
I don't
separate matter.
cry, oh.
You don't
That's
cry.
Ginika,
why.
we need
That's
to
joking.
look
We're
into
here
your
laughing.
estrogen.
I'm not lying because I used to be Ayo. And somebody, I was talking to someone, I said, we need to talk. This was my roommate years ago. I started crying. I'm like, do you want to leave? What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this?
Ginika, that's why I say we need to take a look at your estrogen.
So I was laughing here because my
supply
Holy
you more.
Spirit teach me. I was like, wait, what, did I beat you? What is going on? So yeah.
Well, that's so good. Look, now that's it. You see, I also love that we don't generalize. There's some women that don't. That's why I
Yes,
said when
yes,
Imoren said when you asked Imoren, that's why Imoren did not use charity as an example of your emotion. I use somebody because it might not be like, "Oh, my wife is emotional, right?"
yeah.
Now let's talk
It
about
could
the
be the man
tears.
that is actually emotional.
Emotional. So we have to also talk
Yes.
about the guys. You know, there's some guys that cry,
Oh,
and so you
yes.
can't even go into marriage thinking crying is for women, crying is not for men. I know men that cry. And sometimes the woman, if you're not careful, I think that's
Let's even
weakness.
cut the chase. Even Jesus cried. Emma Kubawa. And it was
So,
recorded in the Bible. And Jesus
so,
wept.
so I
Please.
think let's define the tears. Now, there's one part where it can be the woman being in a state, and like I said, where you feel bad of what has happened, or the woman might be in a state where she's actually really pained and she can explain. And I know what Amarachi said. Sometimes the tears are flowing. Nobody say you know even like tears stop. How many women have been in a situation like I'm not going to cry. You're pregnant. Say I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. They don't think that I'm using tears to catch them. Anybody. And then you go start, your mouth starts to move. And then you're just crying. So there's that. Now, there's also the part that we know some people have actually used tears to shut down conversation. And I love the
Yes.
part where, so what can you do if you're in that position? Maybe if you're crying, you guys take a moment, cry. Once you're done, and that's what we're saying, Ayo, don't be upset about the tears. We cry. When you're done crying, now let's talk about the situation. Because that's also love. You can't tell how it will go. You can then comfort the person. Like it's almost saying that I love you enough to be able to say, you know what, I'm upset, but I see that you're okay. How are you? Cool. What are you feeling? And everything. And then when we're done, let's talk about it. The issue is that sometimes if you don't now want to talk about it, that look like where we just use the tears to. But actually, legit, there are people that cry when they feel bad. They cry when they feel like they've hurt people. They cry when they're upset. Some people just even cry. They cry when they are happy. They just cry. There are people that cry as they everything. They cry. They are joyful. They
Town
cry. Yeah,
criers.
and stuff like that. So that happened. Thank you so much. So that can get a person to say you're just emotional, especially if a guy is coming like killer, big killer, like, what did we carry? What did we drop? What did I say? Because it was also I think for the guy, Pio, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, for us too. I remember that when we now I might not cry when I'm trying to explain because you said I'm a lawyer, but I'm trying to explain my point.
Hmm.
I might not necessarily
My
cry.
my Leonard Juggernaut.
But I would talk. So I give kudos to my husband. Like I would go through the process. No, no, but this is what I feel. Like when you said that, it would be like interrogation. If you have been around those, like, and it's not angry, it's not interrogation. We're just having conversation. Some people don't cry. Some people are they will no, but this is what if you feel like you're being questioned, or if you don't like that kind of back, you might feel like, oh my God, what's this? So some people might not be emotional in that regard of having conversation. I personally, I like to have conversation. I think I'm confrontational. Like, I don't mind having conversations as long as not insult and everything. However, I can also cry. But I remember that sometimes when maybe something's happening and I'm pain, I want to cry. My husband say, Imisi, the moment you start to cry, I can't see you cry. My husband can now, his eyes too can cloudy. If I enter a room and maybe I
You
have
want to
tears,
see? Ah,
my
you
husband
got
too eyes
treated
go
here.
calm cloud. Make both of us don't sit down they cry. What's wrong with you?
See,
I don't know, but you too, you're
tears
crying. So I saw
will be
you, I cry.
tears.
So I'm just saying that it could be anybody. But one thing that we know is that we're not using that to we're not using it as manipulation or anything. But let me tell you guys, for those that are not married, this thing is real. For those that are married, is real. And so if you're married and you see your wife cry and you don't know what to do about the tears, you also see that grow thick skin. That thing can even be insult. You need to grow thick skin. When a woman is crying, I'm not sure you need to grow thick skin, is what to say to her. I don't think so. I think maybe later you can tell her, like, sometimes, sometimes, don't worry, you got this. Sometimes you have to weather life, go through things. But I cry, you tell me, say, I have to grow thick skin. The question I wanted to ask you is, sometimes when men say you're emotional, I don't know if it's low-key insulting. I don't know if is an insult. I don't know if it's a call of,
So,
maybe it's how it's said. So I don't know.
so
Like someone
to be
said,
honest,
like, okay, go ahead, sir.
there are two things that you're correct. First thing that every man should know is for a woman, how you say things is see 100 times most important than what you said.
Mm,
Unfortunately, this is what happens to men. Men deal with brevity when they are trying to solve things, meaning that a man wants to solve fast and sharp. Now, what
mm,
that means, fast means that there will be a lot of piercing. Sharp means that sharp means that there will be a lot of piercing. Fast means that there will not be time to check how bad have I gone. So a man looks at a woman crying. Why are you crying? You should stop crying. Genuinely in his heart, he's actually saying, I don't like that you are crying. But
mm-hmm,
because fast and sharp is how he processes what comes out in its rawest form, almost like when you say ChatGPT, tell me how to say something, a 50-line words in the fastest and shortest way and the sharpest way, it's going to come out as, why are you crying? And that will come to a woman as, why are you judging me? So a lot of times,
mm,
what is said most of the time is not what is said. And I'm speaking from a man that loves God and loves you. There are some men that weaponize these things, and we are not going to think about the enemies or the wickednesses of people because it can
mm,
swing both ways. We're just going to talk about the righteousness and the people of God and the people that are really just trying to navigate and deal with these things. Nobody's weaponizing anything. Anything can be weaponized, by the way. So we are not just going to go into weaponization. Weaponization
mm,
is bad. So what happens? A man is really trying to say, no, 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 you shouldn't be crying. But that is going to come out as, what are you trying to say? It's making me sad. And you are saying, I shouldn't be crying. But the man is saying that, can we look at it in such a way whereby it does not bring tears to your eyes? This
mm,
is the reason why when a man is supposed to solve a woman's problem, the first thing you should do is not speak. The first thing you should do is listen and be compassionate.
mm. Do you want to speak into that? How you had to learn that too? I mean, when we got married, I mean, when I carried all those my incomplete ideas to Pio, ah,
So,
when
so
he starts to ask the question, I know he's out. I didn't feel bad, but I say, treat me like I'm coming for counsel because also strong women, strong
yes.
women, the man you marry, when you marry men that also are confident and they believe in you, they don't know when sometimes you don't want push, you want pull.
Hmm.
Some men they want to push you to greatness. So and I said, so Uncle Sam, sometimes don't push me, pull me, pull me to you and say, okay. And my husband has, I mean, you're doing an amazing job. I don't know, I just brought that up to say that
Oh, thank you.
we actually we have an experience in that as well, where you had to learn how to okay, so that's why you came up with this. So what you're saying,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you. So, what happens then is a man, and I'm just going to read this so that you can hear. A man tries to change a woman's feelings, and I'm going to speak a little bit about feelings. A man tries to change a woman's feelings when she is upset by becoming Mr. Fix It and offering solutions to her problems that invalidates her feeling. The woman
Mm.
does not want her feelings invalidated, no matter how smart the answer is.
Women, do we agree?
Men get this thing wrong. And I know there might be a 2% of women that say, no, Pio, I just really want solutions. I wish my husband can give me solutions. I am here for you. And I know that that is true. But a general statistic of women do not want to sound like dummies just because they brought a question to them,
Woo.
but just because they brought a question to their husband. They want to listen. They want you to listen and not invalidate their feelings. And you see, the reason why feelings for a woman is very powerful, the same way logic for a man is very powerful. Now, men are also into feelings, women are also into logic, but hear me, I'm talking about predominant traits, right? There can be some people that, based on the way you grew up, based on the definition of womanhood that you saw, you may be the one that is actually very, very boss lady in your home. That happens. It's called the hybrids of life. Some people grow up with women and guys, they have feminine tendencies. I have a friend that when he was growing up, all he saw people play with was dolls. Obviously, he's a hairdresser now, you know. You can't blame him.
Wow.
The environment, condition, yeah.
That's what Ginika just wrote here. She says, we're not strong women at all. Like talking about those that maybe that not cry immediately. It is a function of multiple experiences and influences that have shaped
Thank you.
us. Mine is my
Thank you.
brother's. Cry first. My brother will laugh
Thank
at
you.
you. She's the only
Thank
girl
you.
amongst guys. You're so right.
Thank you. So please understand that when we say these things, now don't look at yourself as, oh my God, I must be weird. Oh my God, I must be gay. Oh my God, I must be lesbian. No, it's not of that. This is what the world has told people so that they can sell their agenda. No, as a woman that likes to wear baggy pants, you're still a woman. It doesn't mean that you are a man. You don't now need to start to explore those other dimensions. No, listen to proper counsel. You are still a woman. You still love males and you will still marry. It doesn't change anything. It just means that the construct of how you grew up was slightly different from the ideal norm. The same way, why are average Nigerians very, very hustling in mindset? It's because we grew up from a lot of you must grow out of the ashes of defeat. Okay, Aderinsola, you can help us with your microphone, and someone can
I'll do that.
also help me delete that. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Okay.
first thing that I said, please do not invalidate a woman's feelings in your bid to fix it. The second thing is a woman tries to change. Okay, no. Let me not go into that. Now, let me share this that I saw here. It was such a beautiful read, and I was like, oh my God, this is so valid. When a woman, okay, it says women think of things differently. They value love, communication, beauty, relationship. They spend a lot of time supporting, helping, and nurturing one another. Their sense of self is defined through their feelings and the quality of their relationships. You see, a man can say, "Oh, me and that guy, we know to the talk again." No, a woman would dig in deep. Why are we not talking? But why do we feel it's not weakness? It's actually a gift, and I'll get there in a bit. Now, it says here that they experience fulfillment through sharing and relating. Everything that a woman does reflects these values rather than building higher. Okay, this is in comparison to something else. In most ways, their words are very, very they are laced with particles of emotions, fun, care, attention, emotions, understanding. They're particles of now. A man is more heartbreak, is more structure, is more goals, is more achievement, is more succeed, is more. And like I said, is more. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm just really trying to say that it doesn't mean
Yeah.
that if you're a woman,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, good. Now, look at this. It says communication. It says communication. In fact, I love what it says here. It says here, they do not wear uniforms like Martians. Now, for some of you that do not know, I'm using a book to reference this thing. It's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. You can also read it. I want to beg everyone that is in a relationship or you are getting ready for a relationship, you must read this book. It's a must read. You must read it. You need to understand. It says, on the contrary, they personal the women even dress according to the way they feel. It says personal expressions, especially of their feelings, is very important. They may even change outfits several times a day as their mood changes. Does that explain why a woman can have four dresses for a wedding? You think it's just affluence. No, it's psychological. It's the outburst of the feeling of love and emotions that finds its way in varied expressions. A man will most likely wear a three-piece suit for the court, or for the church wedding, and when it is time for after party, he yanks off the jacket, and all he has is the waistcoat and the trouser, and he is good. But a woman will want to have 3 or 4 different, depending on how. It is not weakness; it's you showing how you express. So what are we saying? Women connect their feelings to the way they express their lifestyle. If you don't believe I'm saying, you can trash it.
No, you're
Now.
correct. Maureen said, I imagine dressing how I feel. And
you know
it's so
so
true. Please
so
go ahead, sir.
communication is of primary importance. To share their personal feelings is much more important than achieving goals and success. A woman is not just about we hit it, it's about how do we hit it, what happened. A woman will not naturally want to win and see other people fail naturally. As I said, naturally, right? Because there is the feeling of, oh my God, can't we all just succeed together? Yeah. Now, talking and relating to one another is a source of tremendous fulfillment for a woman. For a man, meeting goals is a source of tremendous fulfillment for a man. In fact, can I say this? Men don't just want to meet goals, men want to meet goals by themselves. A man wants to solve a problem by himself. You must understand the by himselfness of what a man goes through, because he uses it as his flag of I am a man. The more you solve his problem, sometimes you take away from him. And that is why I laugh when I see the men that want to be leeches over women. It's just amazing, So what am I saying here in a nutshell? Women are big on emotions, not because they are weak, but it's a way of expression. Men are big on fixing, not because they are brash. It is a way of expression. If the
Okay.
enemy gets you to
See it as
alter
weakness.
or to change the ideology behind the true nature of why those gifts are there, you will most likely have a problem with a man if you're a woman, and with a woman if you're a man.
So how do
All
we
right.
how do we harmonize?
Fantabulous. Thank you very much. So the first thing is, you must understand that we are different in our approach to certain things. You saw the men say, okay, I just feel like the way she's processing is not the way I'm processing. That right there is the answer. That she's not you.
So
She
Pio,
will
can
not.
I throw that open and ask, like, even you and
Please.
everybody, is that why I think there's also this idea of unity is without, people don't understand the unity in diversity, meaning we can be different but we're united. People think unity is uniformity. So if I
I was
have
just about to say
this
that unity is
idea,
not uniformity.
exactly, if I process this way, you don't
Equity
process
is
that
not
way,
equality.
I feel you have a problem. As against saying, okay, that is how you process this, how I process. What's the common thing, or what are we trying to address? As against trying to change ourselves. Do you think it would be more helpful if people stop trying to change themselves but try to understand themselves? But I think that will happen if the mindset of, you know what, there's beauty in diversity. For example, we are
Let me,
quite
okay.
different, even though we just found a way to make it work, even though we are quite
Yeah.
similar as well, but we have
Yeah.
differences. That's some things that before I marry you, now we're still married almost 11 years later. You still feel the same way about certain things, and I still feel the same way about certain things. But I don't think they're not core value issues. So I mean, it's fine. You can
Yeah.
go ahead. I was just thinking about harmonizing. Do you
Because
think?
I'm going to show you guys why what Pi said is so important. Now, if you are in a game and you are given 24 crates of whatever to let's say 24 crates of eggs to break. Now, this is the power of unity versus uniformity. Now, you can say that, oh, I will take egg one, you take egg two, I'll take egg three, you take egg four. Now, the process of you having to calculate that just because you want to be uniform in we are starting all in front would actually slow you down compared to somebody says you start from the front, I will start from the back. Now, in the technical sense of it, they are not in uniformity, but they are in unity.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day, there is one goal: smash the eggs. But they have gotten out of each other's way by one person
mm,
owning the front line and the other person owning the back line, such that they are efficient. We can be uniform. Also, we can work in unity, and the man is the chef in the home, and the woman is the one driving the car.
mm, mm.
But if it is becoming well, your other men, they don't watch their women drive the car. And we are in a country whereby you just got into this country. I just got into this country. You are a bit of an expert driver. You know the workings of this place more than I do. While I'm trying to get a hang of it, maybe you hold the steering so that we don't get tickets when we go on the road just because you
Yeah.
want me to drive. But guess what? I will compliment when you come back from that hectic driving, and I will throw it down in the kitchen. Because guess what? Throwing down in the kitchen, I've done it for 15 years while I was, a child. That is unity. The uniformity of this is what a man does, is what a woman does. Sometimes will slow you down where you don't play in your strengths. So the question or the answer to PI's question is, how do we find the balance? Is actually striving for unity. The
Not
question is,
difference.
what is our goal?
Mm,
What are we aiming at. And the moment you stop aiming at things and you start aiming at each other, you will fall.
Pio, is it also possible that uniformity, the reason why a lot of people, and please let's hear from people, is it possible that the reason why there's a lot of drive for uniformity is control? Is low self-esteem, is control, maybe lack of identity. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes we think where uniform means I've had my way. So for example, I'm saying let's break the eggs. It's like, okay, sure. And we're like, no, let's start from the front. They're like, but I don't like front, or maybe I'm right-handed. Front doesn't work for me. Let me start from the back. But because you're like, no, that picture, imagine, a lot of times we're fighting over issue, forgetting that we want the same thing, but our approaches might be different. Sometimes some things require same approach, I agree. But a lot of times, maybe not. So I'm saying that sometimes you think it's control, and it can be on both parts. And Billion or anybody, please, you guys be more attentive, please, to the mics to help us. So I think it can be both end. Do you know what I'm saying? A woman might be more controlling, a man might be you can be controlled. I just feel like sometimes the reason is that we've lost sight of the vision of the goal. We are more focused about how we get there. And why you think, and how you get there is also control and maybe pride. You think your way is better than the other person's way. And that's also the issue that happened with money, right? You
Yeah.
think that, oh, I think it's ideal that, for example, I think it's ideal we do it this way. And you're like, no, why don't you do it this way? And you forget that, oh, maybe the other person is good with finance. So I'm just saying that it's possible that is a case of control. You want your way to be taken above the other person. I might say, let's break the egg, and let's break the egg, and the other person isn't taking any proactive steps towards it. What does that mean?
So it's saying that the task is to break the egg, and just because we are working in different places, the other person is not fulfilling their end of the bargain. So it seems like in a crate of 24, the woman has broken 18, the man has broken only 6. Meanwhile, if both of them worked as fast, they should pretty much arrive at the middle at the same time.
But
Now that is what okay. Amarachi, did I get your
is that what you meant,
analysis?
Amachi?
Was that what you meant? So that
Oh,
I
said
don't repeat what you're
exactly,
not saying.
exactly. Which
Fantastic.
again, which
So
again is issue of pride and
thank you very much.
pride in the sense
I
that
was just
if
about to
I'm
say that.
going that way and I say I'm not making efforts, if we are actually focused on the goal and not my way, not what I think, if I say that I'm slowing down, maybe I should try your way. Maybe I should come and see and do it the way you want to do. Or if my
Yeah,
partner,
I
if
even think she's even speaking into when two people are given task and one person is seen as the weak link. Because what she's saying here is not making proactive steps towards it. So it's a case of we get to split work, but at the end of the day, I still get to do everything.
oh, that one don't pass. That one no be. It's not no more uniformity and unity. Oh.
So that's
That
a
one is
different thing.
that is
Yes.
a case of, again, which might be the reason why the person keeps at that point
So I'm
is
I'm
more. Yeah, that's happens, and
I'm
that
going to
is no
speak
longer
into
about
that.
unity. Yeah.
I'm going to speak into that. And like I said, we are keeping the premise of our conversations on two Christian people that know the word of God and will not deliberately hurt their neighbor. This can swing in different ways. I can go into, maybe the man
Or the woman.
or the woman is, an opportunist, blah, blah, blah. But let's not go there. Are there technical cases, real life cases where two people that really love each other find themselves in this particular situation? Yes. You must understand that in marriage, not all of us play at the same level of strength. So I will give you an example, keeping it 100. PI has a knack to clean up after anything that happens. Like
You make it
PI
sound like
can
I'm
PI
I'm
can lay PI can lie on the bed and lay and how would I say it? And straighten the bed at the same time while laying on the bed.
I know I will
If I'm
see.
tired, I can most likely I cannot be bothered. Is there a bed there? Is it soft for sleeping? Am I tired? Okay, the
We'll flush the
sheets are
toilet
not
over and over
the
again.
most laid. I will sleep on it. And I will wake up without a headache. And I will most likely go about my day because a bed is a bed and it is doing what it needs to do. But you see, my dear wife, she loves it laid. She likes it beautiful. She likes it looking like as if it's a swimming pool. It's so beautiful that you don't even want to sleep on it. Ain't nobody got time for that. Now, what am I trying to say? I'm saying that on certain matters, we do not see certain things same way. And if I was to use the speed or the zest in which PI likes a bed laid, I will always come short because tiredness will always be a
Yeah, the
bigger part of
toilet.
me.
Generally, if I look at how you're right, if I how I want when you
Exactly.
don't ever pause when you take your plate. Don't wait when you take water. If you see it
Wash it.
drop, you are
There are many
eating
times that my wife has
something
said,
falls
we
down
are
on the
going
floor.
through
Pick it.
this. Olumide, if you eat, wash your plate. I'm like, we are not in a hostel. I ain't gonna do that. Then I'm like, okay, if I wash the plate, oh yeah, who washes the pot? Just funny things in which trying to find the rhythm of our home. And we're choosing to share all these things with you so that when you see it in your home, you don't say that you say, I can bet with you these things don't happen in pastor's house. It's a lie. We've only known how to keep the peace. You will be
or
shocked at the level of things that we've had to navigate, but it
Purely, let me
doesn't
take
need to
about. Let
go
me
in a
mention
blowout.
one example. Is I'm practical, and guess what? If I don't manage it well, you look like I can become over. It can become overbearing. For
Oh yes,
example,
OCD can be loading somewhere.
yeah, but it's not there yet, sir. I guess.
It's not there in the name of Jesus. That's why I say it can be loading, but
Yeah.
it
For
never goes to
example,
100.
you are eating something. In fact, in my office, they know, like the walls, my chair. If the chair is almost touching the wall, I'm like,
Mm.
um, my space. No, in fact, one day my sister came in and said, Mr. When we're not in Korea. So you pull your shoes outside, and when you come inside, there's another slippers. You can't
Like,
mistakenly just
bruh,
walk. So to make it easy, I put a chair by the door. All right. So when
hey,
you come in, you can sit down and toilets, why should water drop and you walk away? No, you clean it. But look at if I look at it, the way at which we have a goal, we want a clean house. And we're all doing
yes.
it. And PO is doing his own thing. And funny enough, as much as I love the bed laid, I would rather he laid the bed. So it's really
And
great with
that's the
that.
funny thing, guys, that I have magical hands to lay bed,
Exactly.
according
So,
to
and
my wife.
I want him to be good, more it should maximize those gifts well. So if I look at the way we have this goal, I want to have a very clean house, right? The energy I put in achieving that goal is more than my husband's. Not because we want to scatter the place, but it's just that some things we want to do at a time. I'm like, the time we want to do, you might forget and all of that. So there's that. However, we also identify that there are people that genuinely, they're extremely laid back and they would rather somebody else do the heavy lifting and they
On
don't do
some
anything.
of these things.
Yeah,
So
that one.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
To be
Because when I call my
honest,
husband to
would
attention
I?
to the things I need, he helps out immediately. He will do.
Exactly. Would I instinctively clean as much as PI? Most likely not. And I'm not saying it from a weak point of view. I'm saying that I will most likely never reach 5 stars like PI. But when it needs to be done and she calls my attention to it, love demands that I do it. I don't make a fuss about it. I don't say you go clean it yourself. That's it. That sounds like a you problem. I don't say any of those things. I don't say, okay, I'm gonna do it. Or we strike a bargain. Okay, let me do it when I'm done. Let me do it tomorrow. We get to that compromise, but it is not a case of men don't do this. I shall not do this. No, we don't do that here. Now, there are certain things that Pia has also found out that she has never had to bother herself about. I can't think of the last time that Pia knows the workings of how to fix a car or what
Wow.
a car doesn't do well. My wife just hops in and she
Or
goes.
fix things. Like, I mean,
Or
why am I
or
don't mind
why
fixing some things, but
why is the
nah,
electronic in the house not working? Why is the
no,
AC not
it's not
cooling
my,
as it
it's not,
should?
no, it's not my job
Like
description.
you don't have to wait for me to do that. And guess what? I don't do it just because I like it. I do it because I know I'm married to someone. There are certain times that, to be honest, a laid back person can say, "Yeah, I'm not doing next week." But because I'm laid, I can be laid back. But
And
I
the
know I'm
funny
married
thing,
to
I don't like
someone.
my car
I
having
get
any. Pio, remember, and the funny thing is, I don't like my car looking like it has indicators. So I don't like any beeping on my car, but I'm not gonna fix it. Pio, why is that light
that.
on my car?
Yeah. So knowing that my wife can leave an exotic car in the house and drive a keke napep just because she's like, this car messed me up 2 months ago, I'm not going to touch it. The onus is on me to ensure that everything is spick and spark. The onus is on my wife does not know whether the car insurance is done. I make sure it's done. I get that fixed. So what am I trying to
Yeah.
say to this young to this question? In most cases, if you take your eyes away from the egg where the man is not breaking as you want him to, if you most
Or
likely
the
check the
woman.
crates, or the woman, if you most likely check the crates, you would have seen that for those eggs to actually be on that crate, that man washed the crates. If you understand what I'm trying to say. You would always find a place where the man is doing a bit more than you in the other areas. Now, are there cases where some men are just downright sloppy? The reality, and also women too, the reality is it does exist. And that is where we now go back to the how of communication is stronger
And
than
we'll
the what
switch,
of
yeah,
communication.
yeah, we'll switch to the men.
Yeah, the how of communication is always bigger than the what of communication. I expressed myself is not necessarily you communicated.
So good.
So you start to find out that what type of person is this, and maybe one of these days I will teach you guys on color energies. Scientists or psychologists have been able to classify people into predominantly four color energies: the red, the yellow, the green, and the blue. And each of these color energies are supposed to have temperaments, things that make them happy, things that make them sad. There are pros and cons, pretty much. You understanding your partner is you trying to say, okay, I see him as red, meaning that it can be a bit erratic or a bit irrational. No, not irrational. It can be a bit keep it short and simple. Like, please just get to the point. What are you saying? But this same person, the balance for him is an action man. My husband is not the type of person you say, oh, honey, we need to do visa. He's telling you I've done it. You can start to say, okay, because of this that he is good at, this other part that is not so good at, I would work with him on it. I feel like this is something that a lot of our parents and our parents understood. That's why they were able to still cope with their very toxic husbands. It was not that the man was not cheating. They've just come to say, okay, you know what can I do in this particular scenario? I
We're
can't
not
change
endorsing
this
that
man.
though.
We are, I'm sure by now, if we decide to put a disclaimer on every statement, on the thing that we'll put a disclaimer on every statement, follow me. Don't think what I'm not thinking. You are righteous in Christ Jesus. Understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that a lot of them have learned to understand their partner. You see, and I say this even in the secular world, the people that still make their marriages look like as if it's working, it's also because they've understood. Now, the only difference between them and us is they understood into apathy. We understand into care. Meaning that if I understand that this man is like this, I can start to look for ways where, in my bringing this conversation out, or in my bringing this conversation with this woman, I don't bruise her. I take it to the point and I do not take it to the person. But the people of the world, they will now say that, in fact, this is the reason why me too, I'll not do my own. I've heard cases. Somebody said that when you cheated, I covered you. Now it's my own time, you did not cover me. You can already tell that that's already a scandal. That's not what we're talking about. So the how of communication now becomes the important thing. Now, here is why you hear men complain about the way women talk. The blessing of feelings is also that when they love hard, and when they hate, they can also hate hard. So what it means is that a woman would most likely need a little bit of therapy to caution the way she speaks than in the times where she is happy, when she's angry. She will most likely need a bit of self-talk, a little bit of some type of prep. And I know, like I said, this thing swings both ways. I've listened to some men talk, and sometimes I just want to take my big hand and raise it up and give him a strong anointing by the cheeks. Because sometimes I feel like, men, you can be better with your words, but you just choose to be emotional. So men too can be emotional. All right.
Cliche.
Now, because of the joy of a woman being expressive, when she's also upset, she's expressive. A man that is grounded should know that if a woman is emotionally upset, do not take lightly everything she says. It is not a license for you to do what you are doing. It's just saying that a man understands that there is a growth that you need to become. So I will not judge you by what you said. If anything, I will say, oh, I didn't like the way you spoke to me. Bringing you to the consciousness of, oh, maybe this is not a cool thing to say. But making an action based on what you do or what you said at that point is also saying that the man is not,
The man
is
is
also not,
emotional.
thank you very much. He's not fully secure in
Mm,
himself, and he's also
mm,
emotional.
mm.
Now, this is where I would draw the curtain, and I'll maybe give Pia some room to talk
Yeah,
and
we'll
share some
switch to the
insight.
men now. We've done the
Yeah.
women's conversation. We'll switch to the men's
Um,
conversation.
the language, the lifeline of every relationship, like we said, is communication. Now, this is where it gets dicey. You see, nobody is bigger than the power of words, male or female. Nobody. In fact, even God rules by words. So what it means is either a woman saying to a man or a man saying to the woman, it has the same effect. that you are emotionally inclined as a woman, and man, that you are logically inclined, if whatever feeling you are feeling requires you to speak, if you don't speak with grace, you will bruise the other person. That is the reason why we do not teach women to silence themselves. We teach them to better communicate.
So good. So
We
good.
also don't teach men to chest it in and
They
be the man and
communicate.
absorb it. We teach you to better
So
communicate.
good.
Because if you do not learn to communicate properly, and what is communication? Communication is suspending perception and reminding yourself of the goal.
Wow. You mean effective communication?
Effective communication, thank you very much, is suspending perception and reminding yourself of the goal. Do you know how many times I've had to tell myself, I am married to this woman? I said I do to this woman.
I'm sorry.
Oh, but God, she can actually say certain things, and guess what? She does not mean it. Why? The impact of the word, she's not aware of what is happening to me. That's what I mean when I say she does not mean it. She can tell you I mean what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to say to you is she does not know the impact of what she's saying to me. When Jesus said, "Forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing," it was not that they didn't know what they were doing. It was that in the eyes of the spirit, they did not know what they were doing. But physically, it felt like they knew what they were doing. A woman is saying, "I will leave you. You finished me. I will kill you today." It sounds like she's speaking vile about you, but in the bigger picture, she actually does not know what that words are doing to you. And that is
Yes.
why a man must first get that place where God has the ability to shut up and shut on your emotions. Also, a woman, you must be so ruled by God that in the place of you dealing with man, the first person that should have a say is God, not your emotions. This does not come and jump on us in one day. If you are not one that you expose yourself to the Bible for the word to wash you, I can tell you, you will not be ready when these things happen. And that is why relationships of 15 years can crash. Pastors can break up and still call it irreconcilable differences. Was it really irreconcilable? No, it was that what is needed for that thing to heal, they did not have. So I would say this communication is the solution, but both parties are hurt by words and can heal by words. That is why both parties need to learn to communicate. For the woman, it will look like you're not spewing everything at the same time. Effective communication is needed. For the man, it will look like over absorbing all the things to you implode. Effective communication is what both of you need to be able to talk more, but talk with a lot of grace and not bruising the person, but talking about the issue.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pio. I also want to add, however, if you're in a place and you feel like words are being weaponized, that yes, I'm believing the best in this person, but there's a pattern of consistent negative words and all, you might want to seek counsel as well. I know Pio said that we're talking about ideal God lover situation, but I just feel the need to just reiterate again so that you don't hear what you hear his heart and hear what he's trying to say. That just make sure you also seek counsel on how to navigate that as well. Okay.
All
Pio,
right,
let's
let's go to
quickly
the
look
men.
at this quickly.
Okay.
Men, so men, Pio is going to read some things and you're going to put in the chat. You see how we women were talking, oh? Men, you're going to be putting in the chat. What do you feel when you hear these words and phrases? And then we'll quickly
All
look into
right,
that before we go. All right,
man,
over to
let's
you,
go.
Pio.
So first is, how can you think of buying that? You already have one. Those dishes are still wet. Those dishes are still wet. They will dry up with spots. You don't seem to do things right. Your hair is always unkept. Why don't you take care of yourself?
Men, where are you? It's only Michael and men.
You see, half of the men, they are employed inside. You say, man, they are not typing. That's what they are saying. She been a person will wash plate for you now. Come see me make I wash plate next week. Type, 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 type. Uh-huh. Okay, look at this. There is a parking spot over there. Turn there right now and park there. Mm. Using a commanding tone. You always spend time with your friends. What about me? You shouldn't work so hard. Take the day off. Hey. Don't put that there. It will always, it will get lost. Oh, I love this one. You should call a plumber. He will know what to do.
Hmm? Men, where are you? It's just Ayo and Michael. If men are not speaking, we are going to close. Oh.
We are closing. We are closing. Pastor Emmanuel, you two, you are a male figure.
Don't say because the
I
plumber
still
will know
relate
what to do.
of the earlier ones. That's why.
You say?
So I'm waiting for the one. I think the last one I could relate, but the earlier ones I did.
So not the last
Okay,
one.
you chest down. You know, touchy.
Okay, the last two I relate, but the first ones I don't relate to them.
Show relatability in the emotion in the chat section. That's what we are saying, sir.
Oh yeah, now.
Aha. Okay, why are we waiting for a table? Didn't you make reservations? You should spend more time with the kids. They always miss you.
What I
The
wanna?
off your office is still a mess. How can you think here? Where are you? When are you going to clean it up? You forgot to bring it home again. Maybe you should put it in a special place or write it on your head so that you don't forget.
Yo, let me drop one. You always.
Hey, you always, you never, and you always. You are driving too fast. Slow down. You will get a ticket, or you will kill us. Next time we should read the review. We should read the movie reviews. Okay. Why don't you pick up your call? Is there something I need to know?
Michael, behave like a man.
Behave like Jesus.
See your mates.
Stop eating with your fingers. You are setting a bad example.
The
Those
children are
potato,
watching you.
those potato chips, and like this is American, so you just follow. Those potato chips are too greasy. It's not good for your health. Almost like, okay, let me bring it to a Nigerian thing. You eat too much.
Is that bread not too much?
Is that oh yeah, shoot your shot. You are not leaving yourself enough time. You are always in a rush.
Ginika, you're right. You are not behaving like the spiritual father of this house, the spiritual head of this house.
You should. Your shirt does not match your pants.
There's another one. You are being too logical.
You are being too logic. Exactly. Let me see. Let me look for one more. Olumide, how many times have I called you?
Wow.
Men, what do you
What
think
about this
about
one?
this?
You're not looking at me.
Ah,
Drop your phone. You're looking at your phone. You're always
yeah.
with your phone.
You never prioritize me.
Yeah.
Baba, they do two jobs.
Pio, what about I don't feel safe?
My police go solve that matter.
Lumi said, do you love me?
Hey, I'm
Do
sorry, where
you?
did I miss that one? That is the all-timer. That's the all-timer. Do you
Pio,
still?
another
It's
one.
not even
Aga
do you
said, you
love
are
me?
not present.
Do you still love me?
Then another one, you should choose between me and your family.
Jesus. See weapons.
You don't
And the
listen
Bible
to
said, no
me.
weapon formed against me shall prosper. His ultimate is still,
When
do you
last
love
did you
me?
call
There.
me beautiful?
Bam. The last time I said it, I'm trusting to tell you. If I feel otherwise, I'll also let you know. So if I've
Imagine.
not said it, it means that the last time is still valid. You should choose between me and your farm. My sister, if he shock you, my decision.
Let me say, do you love me more than you? This one they give when Jesus was asking the disciples, love me more
Now
than this.
John and Peter, now
He
Jesus
said,
and Peter. Now,
do you love me
do
more
you
than your
love me more than
mother?
this?
Pio, another one, you don't chase me. That one, let's talk about that. Like, you don't chase
Let's
me.
go
And the
there.
man is always talking about,
Are you a
I'm providing.
guinea
You don't chase me. You are not,
Are
we're not,
you a
Pio,
game? Am
we're
I a
not
hunter?
connecting. We're not connecting. Are we
I'm.
okay? You
Are
love
you
your
a
work more
guinea
than me.
fowl?
You are not romantic.
That romantic is number 2 on the list, oh. Is number 2 on the list. Yeah.
Yes. Why you always do the same? Okay, so men, let's talk. How does this statement, how does it make you feel?
Mr.
So
Akanani, I think I would like to hear from you, my learned colleague over there. How does this statement make you feel?
My guess every time walk like clock.
ṣé tá a bá wá ṣiṣẹ́ ṣá máa jẹun ni.
Oh my God. All right, men, let's talk. How does this make, and women, we can also shed light. What would we rather them do? So men is
Hmm.
your segment too. So that
Men, I need support. Please don't leave me to don't leave me here. Okay, I
Oluwole.
see Oluwole. Oluwole now. Shoot.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Good evening, everyone. There are some of them that were very poignant, but there was a video about a woman that in one of those shows, she asked a panel that her man does not prioritize her after he took 2 jobs to sponsor her brain surgery and she recovered, and yet her question was like, he doesn't prioritize me. So I feel sometimes when it comes to when the statement is made, I feel the statement should be full. It should be explained in a more of a fuller sense, because sometimes, like Pio mentioned, like there are some things the guy thinks he's doing that maybe that's what his preconceived idea of this is what I should be doing, and then someone now comes and says you don't prioritize me. So I feel like when that statement is made, for example, it should be explained instead of just being a one-liner, like you don't prioritize me, because sometimes it can cast like it can make you feel like every other thing he's doing is zero before what he doesn't even understand that he's not doing.
So
So
how would you rather we frame it?
The person speaks to the specific area where they feel they're being left out. It can't be all over. There's an area that is a cause of concern, then you address the area. If you are not prioritizing in terms of time spent, okay,
Right.
let's do time. You always hang out with the guys more than
Oh,
me.
I love the way
Want to
Pastor Funke put it.
specific.
I feel loved when you. That's a good one.
Yeah, so I feel
Like
that's
I
the
said, I
specific.
will appreciate it if you make sense. Thank you, Oluwole. That's so beautiful. So men are saying that we should try not to be general managers. Just don't generalize.
I
I think
think
one of the
another thing for men, Pia,
okay, please
is
go ahead.
sometimes we don't even just, it's like a stray arrow. A man would see in our annual men's conversations, the men would be like, Olumide, me and this girl were good. Like, we still they play, we still they shake each other. Like, she still slap my head, I still slap her, all of us are good. Then from nowhere, you just hear, you don't even love me. That's impossible. Like, where? How? And that thing sometimes throws a man off, not in anger, but like,
I agree.
how? With everything that I'm doing. And can you see? A woman says feel, a man says do. Men react to this type of questions with CV. I am doing this much. It should translate. Women, if you do it, but you don't even say it, or you don't do it for me, I don't feel it's for me, then it's nothing. I'll share this one with you that my mother told me. When I started growing up and I started to take some responsibilities in the house, buying things, doing work and stuff like that. Because, of course, like I shared with you guys, we grew up in a very humble background. It was around the time of my growing stage that families move from VHS. If you don't know VHS, just call me Boda when you see me on the road. To VCDs, to DVDs, to Blu-ray. If you don't know this transition, bruh, see, we are light years apart. So one of those times where I started to make money, I said, you know what, we don't have a VCD in the house. So I went to the market and I bought a VCD and I brought it home and I gave it to my mom as Mother's Day or her birthday. 2 days later or 2 weeks later, she calls me. She says, Olumide, I appreciate what you've given me. I appreciate it. But he said, Olumide, next time when you want to give a woman something, especially if it's to show that you love them, don't buy anything that is for general use. Buy something that is for her. I say,
Wow.
Weekly.
Wow.
She said, yeah. And that thing never left me. I was not in a relationship. I was not doing. I was.
Whoa! I see where I'm
enjoying.
Oh wow!
So, because that
General
point
market.
that you wish you scored, just enter general market.
Pio, hold on. So for a man that is thinking, but I'm paying the bills, I'm paying the rent. What do you mean I don't love you?
That is the reason why.
Oyi said buying food processor on my birthday. But
No,
maybe
but
the
guess
guy
what?
is
The
seeing
guy
that
is
you are
seeing
being,
that, but you are
maybe
a
the man see that
chef.
you are struggling to pound the
Exactly, you are
yam.
whipping these things. You see the way a man is thinking, he's fixing with his head. What did I do? I was fixing
More
entertainment in
food
the head.
processor.
But my mother at that time would have preferred a shoe than a VCD. Then
Wow.
later I can now go and buy a VCD. But she wanted something whereby when she wears it and they say, ma, your shoe is nice, she can have the mouth to say, my son bought it for me. I mean, people should want to come out house say, man, I see DVD, now my pikin buy them. That was the point she was trying to say, that give me reason to talk about you
Except the
when
woman
I'm
has been
being
talking about the
asked.
food processor or saying like, man, I can't wait to have a food processor, man. This thing is
Thank you. Then you know that it is part of what what she wanted, and this is the reason why a lot of times when men give, and I say this and I know how it hurts men, guys and ladies, I need you to understand, like some men, we really go out of our way, busting our knuckles to really get you gifts. Sometimes it doesn't come easy to us, I can assure you. A fixer's mindset, a man is thinking big projects, he's thinking, I just need to get this woman chilling, I need to get her settled. He has forgotten that your perfume is remaining 7 puffs to finish. He doesn't remember. And every time you brought it up, I can assure you the reason why the thing does not stick is because the guy is just thinking of, when am I going to get this house for this girl? When are we going to get a house where everybody is not going to have to think of landlord? You are the one that is paying the rent, but you feel like by you saying that we now have a house, that would also qualify for the woman, because what you do not know is you will feel a lot easier when you know that you are not paying rent. But you assume that that same feeling also is extended to your wife. But your wife does not know that feeling of paying rent, because glad enough you pay the rent of the house. But you must understand that that gesture of, oh, now we are house owners, will not do as much for her as it will do for you. So you must find what it is. Or you might be sure that while you are talking about the house, all your wife is saying is, what would the bedroom look like? Or what would the wardrobe look like? Or what would the kitchen look like? And you're like, what's this woman saying? I'm talking about the whole, you're talking about kitchen. You must find what shows to her that this is for you and not for the commonwealth of the organization.
Yeah. And Pio, Aka said something. I love what Foye said. A fully kitted kitchen is a good gift now, Sha. Radiance cookware, just understand who you are with. Aka said, so you're trying to say that we should spend money 2 times, meaning we'll fix our home issue and then we'll still buy something personal. I think what Pio is saying is that
So
food processor, all this washing machine, all this thing for the house is great. I mean, it again, we don't want to generalize. Like Boma said, she would like that food processor than flour and turning things. Especially like, imagine maybe I'm always cooking every day. Great. But if you buy something that is for me, like it shows that you're thinking about me. For a man
thank
to
you.
think about buying a woman a perfume, that means you saw a bag or something for me. It just shows that I'm thinking about you. I am, and it's not in the big things, to be honest.
Well, not all
Yeah,
the
I
time.
love what Tone said. I would like it, but it's still not for me. Exactly, it's still work. Do you understand? It's not in the big things, but you're thoughtful. You're thinking about something. It means you're paying attention. You're listening to conversation for you to remember that. Oh my God, you
You want
need
to be
this.
cheap. Man, see, just
Tosin
as
is
some of
raising
the.
her hand.
Oh,
Someone says,
okay.
so we can't buy unisex perfume.
Don't be cheap.
Oh, please.
Who
Tosi, go
is who
ahead.
is raising their hand? Yes, please. Tosin Oloide, the floor is yours.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, Tosin. Aka said this. Um, I can't unmute. Oh, okay, we'll make you unmute, Sam. Give me a minute. Aka said, let me read what Aka said. It's just okay, I'll read Aka and then we'll come to Boma. Aka says, but we will do that one too now, but not every time. Sometimes general gifts it's hard though. It's for you, making your life better. Of course, I'm not saying general every time. Make sure you understand your wife. And it's okay to ask this conversation. Married people, after the call, you can ask your wife genuinely, what do you feel about this? Some women don't mind. Buy me
So
general. It makes my life
can I
easy.
can I quickly chip in there, PI?
Yes, sir.
So this is the wisdom there, and to help a man or a woman or everybody in this particular situation. Now, and I'm not saying this is Just hear what I'm saying. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I don't know why I have to always say this type of things. God.
I know you're upset about it.
No, like this sometimes these disclaimers before I say certain statements because we have gotten to a generation that is super heightened emotionally that they don't
Yeah.
really sometimes calm down to hear what the message is. Oh, now hear me because if I say it now, you'll see why I said all this. I said sometimes in the matters of the home, a man can be very, very, very futuristic driven or future driven. So
Yeah.
a man is saying that I have £1 million. And this millionaire can do a lot of things. Can he buy a Jimmy Choo? Can he buy you a Louis Vuitton? A Louboutin? Yes, it can. Can I buy you a Guess or you a Next or a Zara? But 900,000 out of that money, I use it to secure something that you cannot see now, but it will be relevant for your future. A man says, good idea, I'm going to do that because a shoe is a shoe. She wears red bottoms or she wears black bottoms. It will break one day,
No
but I am
bottom.
putting something, or no bottoms, but I'm putting something in a fixed step that will make you a millionaire even when I die. Now, the woman is like, why are you thinking death? God told us that it is with long life. A man is like, see, I know, but let me just put that there. I found out something that because of this gift that men have, you must be able to balance the intention of a man when he also gives you a gift. You see, the reason why sometimes men will do some of these things and you catch up with it later is the reason why when they do it at first, don't always condemn them. There are
Mm-hmm.
times in the home where my wife has felt that maybe I spent something I should not have. But 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, she's like, thank God for this.
Thank God you did. Yeah.
I'll give you one that I can remember. It was during COVID, and one of my cars was giving me a problem. And I'll be very honest with you. I'll be open here, tell you all the goods and bads, and so that you can also learn. And I've been buying cars from Nigeria, fairly used, secondhand, but they was not just quite doing it. Life shelves was always short. It would always develop one major problem, and it would always go bad. Then my landlord came and he said, "Hey, Olumide, you know that I ship in cars. Why don't we do this? I can ship in a car for you, and you at least you're sure that that car would last. You are sure of that. Nobody's, changing engine and doing whatever." And I kind of liked it. It was COVID. Everybody was bored. Nobody was going up. Blah 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 blah. So I mopped up all the money, including the 1 million naira that my wife kept in my custody. It was not mine. She kept it in my custody. In my zeal, in my excitement, me being a gadget person, enthusiastic, I saw the car. It was a 7-speed automatic. It was going to drive faster than the yada, 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 yada. I convinced myself, I deployed money. The car now delayed due to COVID. My wife was not like, where is this car? Did you know you did not even tell me that you were using my money? My mind had factored that, okay, I will get this money back because I still have a salary. I can always get this money back now. There's no use of keeping the money when it can do something. What was my error there? I did not speak to my wife. And I'm saying this to all men to know that I did not give you a
Yeah.
template. I'm showing you a flaw. Howbeit, in that flaw,
You
let's
learned
also
from it. It
pick this
never happened
lesson.
again.
Exactly. But let's also pick this lesson. Now, I got that car. And at that particular instant, what my wife was really upset about
Yeah.
was the fact that I did not carry along. And it was a big deal. That Olumide, no, this is something that we
We
do not
don't
do.
do this here.
We don't do this. And she was on it, on it, because I know that she was really upset. But I'm like, okay, move past that and let's celebrate the fact that we're going to have a nice car, a car that is going to be able to do stuff. And we shall worked around that area of our lives. The car finally came. Typical of accidental cars. I had to fix it. I had to put this and that. Eventually, everything came up nice and dandy until the days where she would have a ministration and she would need a car, and the car would be there and she can use it because in my house there's no daddy's car, mommy's car. Everybody's car is everybody's car. And one of those days she just came out like, Olumide, thank you. Like, this car was able to allow me do this and that and this and that. Now, it was a gift that became relevant in the future. But in the present, when it came, it did not look fitting to what she needed or what we needed. What would my wife have thought? Olumide, buy another fairly used car in Nigeria. We are not there yet, right? But it felt like as if I took a gamble and it worked. Some men have done more gambles with family finances and it has failed, which is why I'm saying that do not take this as a template. I'm only trying to use it to explain a scenario. Now, are there things that both of you can even jointly say that you want to do And at the end of the day, the woman is like, even for men, it's the same thing. On our 10th year anniversary, like I've shared with you guys, I didn't particularly have the money to do anything elaborate. My wife says, oh, she wants to go to a city that we've not been to before. My personal preference would be like, see, we're trying to save money. Let's go to somebody, a place where we know people and we can crash in their house. So my wife said, no, she wants to go to Venice. She wants to stay on the water. Then it was in the part of the year where it was still relatively cold. It was April. So we're literally just getting out of, winter. I'm like, why do you want to take us through all this? Yeah, we are going to Venice. We're not going to see anybody. For me, travel is see people. For my wife, travel is experience, see new
Yep.
places. We have different things. So it was almost like you are dragging me into your own world because I don't care much for why a building has been on water for hundreds of centuries. I really don't care much for it. I never liked the Merchant of Venice in school. I don't care much. But I got into that city following my wife blindly because she had the check. And just that afternoon, I hugged her and I said, thank you for doing this for us. I would have never done this for myself. I would have never done
I
this
used to
for us.
say it yesterday.
And I still said it yesterday that, you know what, I think about my life being privileged to work with an airline and all the perks that it offers me. But I said to myself,
Back
my
then.
life would have been really boring, though I was working with an airline and I was not married to you, because 95% of the places I travel to is strongly because PI has either somebody there or due to my relationship with PI or my marriage with PI, now I have relationships with people and they have now become family blood to me. But I would never have had that connection with them if not for PI in my life. That was a gift that if you had asked me, what do you want to do with money? For a man that was currently broke, he would not think of using money for vacation. But the woman saw that, you know what, this is our 10th year anniversary. We'll most likely never do this again. She did not even know at the time that
You're
we're going to
leaving.
leave Air France.
Yep.
So it was such a gift that was I'm eternally grateful for that we did. And now we can focus on other long-term projects in our life because that was done and dusted, and we can now futuristically think about those mega things that I want to do on the earth. So
Yeah.
I'm just sharing that with you guys so that you can
Theo,
understand.
can I add to this to it and then Tosin will unmute your mic. Someone said, well, these things can be a form of giving the inaccurate emotional need for love, sort of not loving one's partner the way they want to be loved. So a man can be working hard to provide for his partner. This is from Daniel Lamidi. This is so good. But the partner wants is the man's quality time. The partner will not see and appreciate the work the man does to provide. Gray Chapman did justice to this in the love language. Now let me explain this. Another example was one of Pio's birthday some years ago. I can't remember what year that was now. Some years ago, maybe 2018 or something. And my mind was Pio's birthday. Let's go. And we're discovering ourselves. Now, if you focus on the goal that I want to make this person happy, when your husband even gives you general gifts, instead of cascading, which is what Pio was saying, you can appreciate it and see his heart and thank him and then learn to communicate whatever else you need as you go on. Because to be honest, some of them are doing the best they can. I remember for that trip, I took PO, I did a surprise package and I took PO to Paris. My idea was I'll get accommodation by Eiffel Tower. All right. Eiffel Tower, he's never been there. Like, I mean, he's never stayed beside Eiffel Tower. At best, he stays somewhere, you go and see
We
Eiffel
they
Tower.
travel to Eiffel Tower. We know they say
We
Eiffel
know they
Tower.
stay by Eiffel Tower. So
Yeah,
I got a
we
place,
don't be neighbors.
I went to Vassel, plan many things like, yo, we're going to do that. This was like 2018 or thereabout, or 2018, I believe. Dearly beloved, I did it. And you see, after the trip, we entered the plane. Where are we going? Happy birthday. They wished him happy birthday. He came out like, wow. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I I was expecting people with jumping. Oh my God, my wife, you
We'll
did
say,
this.
won't we?
You see, eh? Oh my God. Well, comparing to what we did at Venice was a lot better. He was really appreciative of it. You see, that first time was like in his mind, he was glad. But Pio, if I'd given Pio that money or
Ah,
getting a gadget,
Kilora phone.
give him
Kabishi.
a phone. And also we realized when we go back, in fact, at the point on that trip, go, I don't vex. What kind of man being is this? I did all of this for you. You are happy and nice. At some point, I'm like, your joy is not I. You know? Then let's climb. We say it's tired, or we go to Versailles, and that's what we realize. For example, we go to historical places. I'm gonna don't follow me to the museum. You will get tired. I'm gonna go from one picture. I'm now with phone. I will Google to see what's really is it correlating. I'm there for out. Pure is like it's done. Pure will rather go and shop, go around shopping
Yes.
and all of that. And
Look on me, come
sometimes
back bed.
he's shopping and he's not buying anything. I'm like, why am I window shopping? I'm not going to buy. Why am I putting things in my eyes? You see
He's
how
saying
different
food
we
no
are.
give the eyes food.
So if we go shopping, I sit down. Pio is when I'm, oh my God, Missy, I saw this. He's the one that finds all the. He's still up when we say he's the one that finds all the things. Like Missy, a woman that look at me, oh my God, you're so blessed because the white woman can't understand. Me, I just sat down, crossed my leg. Pio was running from different cupboard and angle. So when we
Even the
got
woman
back,
had to say, "Wow, you have such a great husband."
so when we
It's
got
like,
back.
I see, so there, so there, so there. That's sales
So there's a kilo
in
jet
France,
there.
in French.
So we
Say,
now realize
see shoe, 10 pounds. Well, buy 17 pieces.
we now realize something that listen. I also asked him, Missy, did you do it for him to kiss you, sweep your, be licking the floor? So sometimes our expectations, we have to also bring it and say, and it came to a point saying, what, I love your intention. I mean, this was not you taking me to Shagam. You went all the way. I might act like this is normal. It's not normal. This is me living in Eiffel. We had some
Shagam will not
experiences.
be Paris,
We
so
had some experiences that we've not gone back, but because we had full experiences. However, we learned a very big lesson there. Understanding ourselves. So if I want to get something for Pio, sometimes I will give him money. Or I'll say, you know what, I have a gift voucher for you. Whatever website, this is what I'm going to do. Now, but because we have explained to ourselves, we realize that if we don't create memories, but the
yeah,
memories is gone. So that's what Pio is trying to say. In the moment, he might not appreciate it later. So when he was telling me yesterday, I said all of the places that we have been, actually, yeah, I'm like, let's do this, let's do that. And again, if the goal is to make sure we spoil ourselves for good, make sure that we are a blessing to ourselves. And when we didn't have the money to do all of these things, we're eating, we'll go work somewhere, buy food, come back, and have great time in our house. So what am I saying is that if the goal is I want to love my wife, I will listen to her to see what can I do to please her. And now, wife, when they bring the gift, if it's general, don't cascade. I've seen people just look down on gift.
yeah,
Appreciate it, take
yeah.
it on. However, you will also find opportunity to tell the man what you want. I would love this. And because a lot of women find it difficult to even ask their men what they want. Tell the man. Also understand where you are at. You can't be asking. I love what Boma said. Some of us, the things you say you want, are you sure is not what you've seen? Construct. A man should give a woman allowance every month.
Yes.
Even though you're not broke, you don't have nothing's wrong with you, and none of those things. Even though you can do other things, even though you have access if you need to buy something, but I'd rather you imagine what I want. However, to men, don't leave here thinking, oh, some men don't like gender gift. Like Boma said clearly, you give me kitchen thing that take me off my feet. Trust me, that's my love language. Don't buy me what's sugar, what's bag. We always have bag because guess what? And what she says is very powerful. She can buy bag for herself. Buy me something that is saying, I'm thinking about you. I don't want you stressed in the kitchen. Let me revamp this kitchen. For some women, that's great. For some women, did I complain? So at the end of the day, you cannot fully appreciate your spouse if you don't listen to them, which is
No,
what
we
Pio was
don't.
saying.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not listening to them, you will miss out on what's important, what they love, what they will appreciate, and you'll be feeling bad. But I emptied the account for you. I gave you. We saw one movie of the guys always buying gift, and the girl broke up with him because she said you don't listen to me.
Yep.
I didn't want elaborate proposal. I didn't want this kind of thing. So be sure that what you're doing is not to make you look good, but actually to
So
love
good.
her. Because sometimes, and it can go both ways. My first that trip was I was excited. I want to surprise him, but it was more about what I was doing than even him initially. Because he had said thank you. I don't think I should be bothered by he's not jumping up as much as possible. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I've
Yeah.
learned that, and I mean, like I do what I need to do. We're appreciative of it, and we've grown from that. All right. Sister Tosin, do you want to unmute your mic now? I would like to hear a man. No man, I've not spoke apart from
Yeah,
Olumide.
I'm Pio. Please, I don't have anything to say again. Please, you guys have said it all. I I hold my comments. Thank you, ma
No,
and
say
sir.
in comments
Ah,
now.
Say it in your
Say
language.
it in your language. We drag
so I
you.
wanted, but you said it. I wanted to talk about gifting.
Yeah,
So
go
I
ahead.
realized that when there was something my husband bought for me. I did not like that thing. I don't know how to say I don't like it. I was like, God is right beside me. So,
I see what you mean. Okay.
so
Okay.
I
Don't worry,
was
don't
like,
worry.
how do I tell him I don't like this gift? And ah, I thought about it, but like eventually I used the gift, but it was not what I would normally buy for myself. So later on, and I realized that please let's be doing wish lists. I beg you. I will
Mm,
write like 5 things or 4 things that I want for either anniversary, birthdays, Val, Christmas, and everything. So pick anything there. So
beautiful.
that I won't have I will now not say I don't like your gift.
Like, huh? That's what you say.
So
Do you like it, huh?
exactly. So for us to not fight and say that I bought something for you, you didn't use it, and we now start, I will not buy for you. I'm like, okay, let's be doing wish list. I'm like, his own. I also asked him, what would you like to have for your birthday? So that I will not buy, because there are times that I've gotten gifts that he didn't like, but it would not say I don't like. He would just say, oh, his reaction. I was like,
What are you?
Jesus.
What like it?
Ó ti
Oh,
lọ náwó, ó
you
ti lọ
don't get
náwó, yeah. So eventually we learned to, and also there are times that we don't do wish lists, but we've, like Oluwale was saying, we'll have spoken about, oh, I like this thing, maybe it's a shoe or it's a watch. You would have talked about something that you would like to have, but maybe I don't have money now. And a part of me, like I've said it, oh, please buy that thing for my birthday.
right,
So
right.
I also realized that sometimes we get lazy in trying to find out what our partner wants or need.
Mm,
Because there's also, especially for my people, comfortability. We're comfortable in the fact that this person is my G. Whatever I do, this person will take it.
right.
We also forget to go the extra mile for this other person. And so I had to tell myself that in writing goals for the year on what one of the things I want to do every year, I'm like, how do I love my partner different? How do I do things that will make his life easier? I know the things he like. Okay, how can I make it better? Because in doing it too, I benefit because this person
Mm,
is like, oh, she has gone out of her way for me. Then I would reciprocate because one of the things no matter how much you say, oh, my love language. Gifting is relationship love language. You can't
right.
like a person, you can't love a person without gifting the person something.
So
It's
good.
like you are intentional, you're thinking about the person. Like I can see a shoe today, I'm like, oh, that will look nice on my partner, my husband. And I'll be like, oh, let me look for how to get it. So because you're like, you want to see your person, even when it steps out, it looks good. So in everything is more, am I intentional? Do I listen to what even the things he's not saying?
Yeah,
Am I listening to it? How do I make his life better? How do I make sure that he's okay, he's good? In it, I benefit, the kids benefit, the home benefits from it. So it's more, we need to stop being lazy about loving.
yeah,
Let's be intentional that, oh, I'm in it, and this is the thing. Also you have to love yourself to be able to love someone. You have to
mm,
also be able to gift yourself things, because if you are stingy to yourself, you can't gift another person.
so good.
Do you ever think about it that, oh, because one of the things I always tell people is that I do something for myself for my birthday every month. I set like so it's an automated something. I say certain amount must be taken from from my income every month. And by my birthday, I get it. It's now, what do I want to do with it? I want to resave it. I want to spend it. And in doing that, if I now decide I even want to spend it, but it's my own money, it's my gift to myself for my birthday.
Mm,
So I learned to, like, I need to love myself so that I can love the people around. But if you
Mm,
don't, and that's also, I remember one of the things you said about date yourself, date
mm-hmm.
God, go
Yeah,
out. No,
yeah,
it's not just, we shouldn't wait for our partner to take us out as
yeah,
women too. We shouldn't wait for go out. In going out, I've met people. In going for lunch, people have paid for my lunch. Like, oh, we just started conversation. We just started talking about business. In going out, you even find out that, oh, I don't like this thing. I like this thing. But if you wait for your partner to always do things for you, he affects, not affects, but he there's a
Yeah,
way
yeah.
in
I
that
get what you
you
mean.
loving the other person. So date yourself, find out who you are, what are my interests. You can, so in that way, you can, if you don't point to yourself, it's equal to pour out. So pour into yourself, love yourself, then you learn to love and gift your partner. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for what you said. And I think I saw one comment from Aka. By the way, Amachi and Co, they say their love language is um credit alert. Give them credit alert, that's it. And there are people that actually like surprises. So for people who are saying that I will not create wish lists, why don't you surprise me? So also know your partner. If your partner is a surprise person, they love surprises. You just pay attention as well. So I think at the end of the day, you that you're giving somebody something, men, for women, we must be appreciative. It doesn't matter as long as it's a good condition. There was thought towards it. Be appreciative, and then you get to know and express yourself. It's not a one size fits all, to be honest. But one thing you can't get wrong is being attentive, being appreciative. All right. It will always go a long way. I saw something here that I thought is important to point out. Yeah, what she said about loving herself. If you are, and see, before you think, I don't have, when I have, I'm telling you, and if you are dating people, yes, you're not yet a wife and everything. I'm not saying go and empty your account to show you love people, but just being thoughtful. We go out sometimes, like, no, let's, I want to, maybe Valentine. I know it's not when you just buy boxers for somebody. Do you understand? And a woman, you're the only one receiving.
Can we stop that thing?
Yeah. And then also there's the thing of, as a woman, be sure that you're as generous as you want the man to be towards you.
Thank you, ma. Thank
Be
you,
as
ma.
generous. I'm telling you, there's a flex, not pride now. There is a there's something that it does to you that you can be a blessing to your partner. Seek ways to be a blessing to them. And one of the ways you can be a blessing to your partner is to be realistic of where you are guys are. And that means, men, you can't be hiding the reality of where you are financially and where your family is, because you're giving her an illusion and she can be dreaming and building castle in the air and demanding what does not exist. So I think it's important, to be able to, be generous to yourself as a woman as well. Be generous so that you can learn. Look, wait, how do you feel when you do that? And then you can also extend that to other people. All right. And then I think it's a wrap for us tonight. Any man, I want to hear a man, another man before we go. The last person, any man.
Is okay. Let me go and look for them. But all you men, this thing that you guys are doing, you need to stop it.
Now, women, they talk past you. Oh, yeah, Ginika.
This has been a very rich conversation. But I want to just say something. One thing I've realized is
Biola Rigigbe, just get ready.
even when a man, if you see a man that is trying, maybe today he did one, is trying to just tell him well done.
Yeah,
Because I think the well done validates
yeah.
whether he's doing the right thing. Instead of
Yeah,
just
so
just say
appreciation
thank
is
you.
application for
And
more.
oh, rather bush.
Come
So
on
just
now.
say thank you, because I honestly feel like many times we assume they should know and say thank you. "Oh, I like this thing you did, even if it's this. I like that you took out the trash. I like that this thing you are matching today. Is say it, because that's when they know what to do. Many times they don't know. It's not like they don't know.
But you see this thing that you said, thank you so much. I can say it's one of the secret of my marriage as well. Appreciation.
Yep.
Appreciation. Like, I don't know if the word is right, but I won't say for married women, I won't say pump your husband up with esteem. Like, you be man. You like, even say Pierre, but I don't feel that way. Don't worry. It will catch up. As long as you know genuinely this person loves God, there might be areas loves you. It might be areas and is trying his best. There might be areas you want to develop, or call those things that be done as though they were now. Really just appreciate the person. You can't always call out the negative in a man and then expect him to begin to act like a king. You can't always make a man feel like a boy, make him feel little, and expect him to know how to treat a queen. Because what you have done consistently is to call him out as little, as beneath, So as in appreciate him and try to mean it, right? Appreciate him for what he's done. When last do you think it was one for rent? Sometimes I just think about saying, oh my God, oh, like just some things. Like we want to apply. Someone saying, I'm going to apply. Apply. What's the application? Now, don't get me wrong, there's no one size fit all. Some women would do it. Some people in their families that they both do it together. I personally, I can't be bothered. My point is, tell me when is our appointment. I get in the car, we arrive there. I do my biometrics. Also, tell me when they are released. In fact, my husband doesn't bother to put who will pick up. He just puts indemnity. I will pick up. It's just recently that maybe I did two pickups for us, and that's it. And his own pickup. So what am I saying is that think about those things your partner is doing. If you continue to look at what other people's partner are doing, you will never see what your own partner is doing. Think of what your partner is doing and celebrate them. Because you see, whatever you appreciate, appreciate.
Come on now.
Celebrate them. Thank them. All right. Thanksgiving is like catalyst for more. Thank them, appreciate them, and it's both ways. Let's do that. But especially for men, I feel like we can also thank our men more. I mean, there will be things that would love to have, but thank him for what he is. Fantastic father, whatever, find it. All right, guys, and that is the end of our conversation.
Wait, OPI. I want a
Right.
man must speak. Yes,
Yes.
a man must speak. Biola, if you hear your name, just say answer present. Biola, Christian Ibi. So we can say that they are not here now. Okay.
You really thought about that. Present.
All right, sir,
President,
what do you have to
I'm
say,
here.
sir?
Oh yeah, what do you have to say, both of you, starting with Biola, B before C?
No, let the married man go first. Man, I'm not married. I don't know so much.
I want to hear
I've not
from
had
the
a
single.
girlfriend
You
in my
see,
life.
sorry, you have not also dropped from the Stone Age. You have not had a girlfriend, but you have related. Oh yeah, I want to hear you.
Okay. I personally, I sound to be corrected, but I just believe understand there are principles for me to um make relationship work, and I don't think, just like I said, one size fits all. And I also think part of the reason majority relationship have issues is because of expectations, what we've seen on social media, what we've seen our friends, their partners do. We also want to mirror that same thing in our own relationship, forgetting that what works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B, where the direction where we are coming from, or where we try to do things, might be the approach we that might work for us might be different from other people. And also, I also feel when it comes to communication, everybody should understand their partner very, very well and know what they want. And personally, I speak for all men. Or okay, I sound to be corrected, maybe not all men, but to the best of my understanding, I really think men don't want too much. Men don't really want too much. They want few things. They want to be appreciated. They want to feel seen when they do things. They want um to be appreciated when they do things, even in the family, when they do things for the kids. Let it be known, let it be seen. When things happen, all the praise should not just go to the mother. They want to be respected. They want respect. It's as simple as that, just those few things. And women want to be listened to. So I believe when all these principles are put into place, with communication, proper communication, and yeah, someone said peace of mind. Yes, also peace of mind. This is very, 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 very key. When you want to vent or pass a message, pass a message out. Understand how to vent and pass message. You don't just say, because I'm a woman and I'm emotional, I want to, you also need to understand that a man might not say anything, but he has a lot going through his mind. I believe that is why I think despite a lot of turbulence in our parents' marriage, they were able to work things out. Because, say, for example, our mothers want to pass a message to our father, and they want to, or make a request or get something. They know how to maybe cook his best food, do something that he likes doing, and every other thing. But like, I feel we didn't learn so much of that from our parents. So I just believe communication, understanding, and everybody knowing what works for them will actually really make relationship work. And we should not stop listening to. We can't be Christians and be listening to every counsel we hear because it feels so good. Maybe because someone says, "Oh, as a woman, you should not do this, you should not do that." Or as a man, don't ever, because me, I've been heartbroken, and men are scum or women are scum, so don't ever buy. I think we should, with the guidance of God, getting knowledge, reading books, knowing what we want, and understanding that what happened to Mr. A might not necessarily happen to me, or because
So good.
Mr. A or Mrs. A has been hurt or heartbroken, they might be
It doesn't mean
projecting their
that
trauma. Yeah,
on.
so we,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's just it. I
Well
hope
done. You
I
see,
was able to
you
make
see what
sense.
we are saying now. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. You don't write book. These men. But well done, well done, and well said. I see one hand up. I will take that. Christian Ibe, you would be the last person. So in case you think you're off the hook, it's lie. Yes, Mr. Olumide Olaokin.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Sorry, I couldn't talk the last time.
Yeah, you're still hearing me.
So,
Thank you.
so I think what I'll just contribute, it's been a fantastic discussion, this evening. What I'll just contribute is that in every relationship, especially when it comes to man and woman and marriage, I would want to encourage all of us to bear with each other, because my philosophy about it is that many times it's easy to see another person's faults. In fact, that's the easiest thing to see. you
Yes.
you see everything that the other person is doing that is not that is not making sense, that is not good, that is not nice to you. But the truth of the matter, as I always say, is that we should not think highly of ourselves. If
Hmm.
if you think someone is annoying you, I can assure you there are ways in which you are also annoying the person.
You are a prayer point even in your office for some people.
So you have to like Colossians chapter 3 verse 13 says that we should bear with each other, we should forgive one another. And if you have grievance against someone, you just need to learn how to, yes, communication is very important, but at the end of the day, people cannot be 100%. Even Jesus, they said, when he was on earth, was said good. He said nobody is good but God. Nobody can be 100%. There will still be ways and where you have to bear with one another, forgive one
Hmm.
another, so that you can have a smooth relationship.
Great,
Thank you.
great. Appreciate that. Thank you for that beautiful divide. For that, sorry, beautiful balance. Sorry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so, so true. I would take Emmanuel, sorry, Christian eBay. Ha, you see, that's the amazing thing about this class. You cannot be you cannot run away. Christian eBay.
Yes, sir.
Report to the duty. Yes. What are we learning from
Okay.
what you have
Good
heard?
evening, everybody. A lot of things have been said, but basically, from my own point of view, as I would speak like as guys, we should not think that our spouses know what we want. They they are not, what's the word I'll use? They're not mind readers. So always just come out and say what you want. Then understanding, like one of the person said, what works for A might not work for B. And for me, I'm blessed to marry someone that knows me and understands me much more than I myself. So I think it's easier for me. But however, it doesn't now mean that because I should now do the work to get to know her and understand her that much or at that same level so that both of us can be in sync. I also want to say that men in buying gifts or as we buy gifts for each other, there shouldn't be a motive behind it. Like it should just be born out of love. I don't know how to explain. There's a way it came to my heart. Like
It
if
should
you are
not
buying
be a
something
plea for
just
investment
because you
or
want
I did
XYZ, if you buy it and you
I
don't get
did my own
XYZ,
now.
you obviously become
Why do I always get you
disappointed in
nice
the end.
gifts?
But if you
You
buy
don't
it,
get me nice gift. Sorry, continue.
Have you confused Mr. Ibe?
I think
Oh,
I have.
okay.
Sorry.
No, I can't even hear. Yes. So I think that's basically what I want to say.
I don't confuse them. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Ibe. All right, we are going to be turning the curtains tonight. I'm just going to say one thing, and I'll hand over to PI, and we'll say hi to all the first timers. I heard this from someone, and I think it's very valuable. You see, the version of the wife you see now, the version of the man that you see now, that you feel is different from the girl you married or the guy you married, is not a scam. They didn't lie to you. It was not order. It's not what you ordered versus what you got. No. Nobody prepares anybody enough for marriage. We all morph into various images of what you see. If what you see is not good, you see the same way that person changed from whatever they were to what they are now, they can also change to the version that you would like. It's not a scam. It's not that they hid their true colors from you. No, it's that as people navigate several seasons in their life, they start to become aware of several things in their life. I say this all the time. Like, we would never have imagined that we will be talking matters of sexual scandal with David until he became king. Now, that did not rear up in any part. Not even when the women of Israel were saying Saul killed 1,000, David killed 10,000. We did not hear, and David called beat 17. There are certain things that did not come out. So there are certain seasons of people's life that you may not see certain things. It's not that they hid it from you. They were not always like that. And I feel like that's one narrative that is fast happening. Oh, he tricked me. He lied to me. Oh, she have always been like this. Oh, I saw it. Maybe you did, but maybe some of these things were things that should have been curtailed, but were not. But because everybody is dealing, right, with a version of themselves that even they are not aware. There was one day I went to a place and I lied. I'm like, Apostle, you lied. Why? Because I never knew that I could also still get flustered in environments where I could doctor the truth. But what did that do to me? It told me, Olumide, that you can be susceptible to this if you do not deal with it. So now we are in that journey. Please, let's learn to give grace. When we find out things, and I'm not talking about destructive things that you need to take a pause on now. Anything that violates the fundamentals of your marriage, like your value system, yes, you need to look at that critically and say, okay, what is this about? But if it's things like, um, like I'm sure God will give you understanding. I don't want to throw examples in the air. Please understand that we are all going through. There are certain times where, like I told you, when I was dating my wife, never did one day did I ever use a bad word on her. I've never even used, but there was that one time that I said that's a stupid thing to say. Now, my wife judged the word; she did not judge me. And when she saw the way I was remorse about it and the way I created steps not to make it happen again, she never used that as a weapon against me. That make I no talk before you say that's a stupid. I mean, is that not a stupid thing to say? She never did that. So I'm just saying that a lot of us have also given up on relationships that could be something because we assume that our partners must come in a perfectionist mindset. And like I've taught you guys, it's not so much about perfection. You may never be a perfectionist at certain things, especially when you are not skilled or when you don't even know how the marriage journey goes. But you can go in with God and have a insurmountable resolve to deal with everything that comes your way. So I just wanted to put that balance. Please don't take it to the extreme. Don't now come to my DM and say, hey, but Pio, what if the person is beating me? What you know the answer to those ones. Don't ask questions that you know you have answers to. You know what I'm talking about. That there are certain conversations of, okay, you guys had a minor argument, and because of that, you think, oh, we should not be together. Maybe that's not it. Maybe the answer is let's solve it as against, oh, this is proof, this is a sign. What is a sign? Even with Jesus, you vex of Jesus. Is it not that lady or that guy? I'm just saying that for some of us, our heightened spirituality sometimes has made us lose fact that we are dealing with humans, and humans can still make errors the same way you make errors. Never forget that thing Jesus taught us. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. I wanted to share that because I know that a bunch of us that are still single, your perfectionist mindset may just be the reason why you are not getting someone, and you need to reevaluate. I'm not saying drop your standards, but you get what I'm trying to say. Pi, I'm sure you know how to balance this a bit more.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pio. God bless you greatly. For those of you that are not married, this is really is for everybody to learn. But those that are married, they need to, engage this being gracious in your anger, being gracious in how you're navigating things. I'm saying those are not married in sense of don't see a red flag and say, oh, they've said that we should have grace. And red flags really around core values, and what has God said. Okay? Amen. All right, Olumide. All right, let me do a 1 minute for you. What's your question? Yes, Claire, that's so correct. Olumide, what's your question? I can't, please, can you help? Olumide wants to unmute to unmute him.
Mute him, please.
Good evening, everybody. So my question is a bit long, and it's from a scenario. I heard someone, a man, talking about his wife. That it's something about Pia said. Was it Pia Pio? So this man, he was talking about how he does a lot of things for his wife, but it is as if his best effort is never enough. So what he was talking about is that his wife is always boasting about that for the past 5 years that she's been driving a car. Her car's never given her any issue at all. Meanwhile, she is the one that fixes the car. So she doesn't know, like, whatever, like maybe the brake pad is bad or it needs water or like she does not know any of those things. He always does everything. And whenever the car has like a serious issue, he tells her to carry his car to work while he fixes the car. But to him, that the wife is always complaining about like the littlest things. Like, oh, you not carry that water, you not carry that cup, like the most minute things. And he said that, like, to him, like, it's just what Pastor Emmanuel said about peace of mind. Like, he does not really have peace of mind because of these little things, right? And he had a conversation with the wife that she needs to stop complaining about the little things. And since then, the wife kind of like toned down the complaint. So now when he said that, I just felt like, what if like for her, she's not really happy about these things, right? That's why she was raising these things like that matters to her,
Mm,
that he considered to be little things. So now
mhm.
she has stopped complaining. I feel like, what if it leads to resentment
Yeah.
in a way, right? So my question basically is this: is it true that, because I've read that thing a lot, like it's not everything that you talk about, or it's not everything that you raise, it's not everything that you express? Is that true?
Mm. All right. Thank you so much. In the case of this situation, again, the question will be, what do you want for your marriage or your relationship? Do you want it to be that it's not everything we talk about? If you want it to be, it's not everything we talk about, well, then it's not everything we talk about. But if you want it to be, is everything we talk about, then you must be willing to pay the price. And that would look like your wife or your or your husband talking about things that might look like, oh, you're nagging, but they are probably not. They're just speaking. And I'll say that, for example, my husband and I, if I know people have, not people like real close to us, when we are maybe having a conversation where we are trying to, if you're around us, you think we're in a law, what's
The
that?
court, we're in the court of
When they
law.
were in the court of law. No disrespect, but my husband allows me to air my no. But Pio, what I'm trying to say is that, but Pio, no. When you said that, like, okay, I get you. Is this what you're saying? We're not shouting and not, but it's a case of we have made it a point in our family that there's nothing too small, and that's why when the car thing he did that, he didn't tell me. It wasn't about using the money. It was the fact that, oh my God, you did something without telling me. We don't do that here. We everything, though is your money, you tell me it's my money, I tell you. We do everything together. That's the foundation, and it has the price to it. It has consequences. You can't just wake up and be in a worry and just spend money, right? And it didn't happen again, but we were able to talk about it. So now, in the case of that man, two things. Is it a case of the woman is nagging? For example, if it's one that is fixing the car, it's simple. Let the woman know that I fixed the car. Like, oh, I've been fixing the car, so she sees that it's not as if he's the one fixing the car, right? Is providing. I would say they should see a counselor, because you're right. It could be that the woman
Yes.
has kept quiet, but she's angry inside. And then when people say peace of mind, yeah, we can define peace of mind anyways. But I think for men as well is, again, for people that I know, when they talk about peace of mind, is this continuous nagging. And for a woman, peace of mind is maybe that not having ability to soar, to fly, not getting being heard, their feelings not being recognized, and it could be both ways. When you say peace of mind, whatever it means to you as a woman, chances that it means the same thing to a man. It might just have some extra toppings on it, but it's the same thing. Everybody wants peace of mind, to be honest. So should you not say everything? It will be depend. It depends on what do you want. What do you want? Some people are already married because of the nature of the marriage, because of things that are navigating. They have found that it's better for them. I know of people that even counselor will tell them, don't tell your partner about this, about that. They've navigated. That might be what it is, but it also has consequences. For us, is that there's nothing you want to bring to me or nothing that wants to happen that we don't know. That was the foundation of our marriage. So if you're not married, I would say, what do you want? And if that's what you want, you must make sure your partner is on the same page, and you must make sure you are patient as a man, as a woman, when you say, let's talk about everything. You cannot be irritable. You can't be, oh yeah, it's okay, let's quick. No, we will talk through it, we will understand each other, and then we get to a place. Does that make sense? But for those couple, they probably need to see, because if the woman that is complaining about just reduce, and man say, and people always say that, you see, at the end of the day, what's the essence of you winning a battle but losing the war? What's the
Yep.
essence? Is it about you being heard or about peace reigning? Like, what's the point of me saying, hey, I've been heard, but your wife was misunderstood? Or hey, I've been heard, but your husband was misunderstood. You leave the conversation feeling great, but somebody's defeated. So at the end of the day, and this issue that I just said can only happen when the working of the Holy Spirit is in you. That you are not okay to leave a conversation because you are smiling and your partner is down. That's not kind. How do we? And sometimes we've had some conversation and people be fractured to say, let me say, I know I look sad, but it's just that it's my emotions that is my flesh that is dying. What you said is the truth. I appreciate it. And the same vice versa. I'm like, Pio, I won't lie. I look like I'm like, hey, but what you said is the truth. So if you value truth, it will help you in those seasons where you guys are navigating tough conversations and all. I hope that helped. All right, thank you all for joining us. Olumide, you can put in the chat box if it helps. I have this comment from Lamidi. Lamidi says, while every contribution has been great, I would like to add one more thing: transparency. It helps manage expectations so well. For example, I know two partners. If two partners know about each other's income spending, there'll be a good expectation of financial gift from each other. I agree with you 100%. If knowing well what a man is currently earning and what his commitments are at the moment will manage what women should expect. Some women, it doesn't manage what they expect. It brings room. So that is not a case of transparency, a case of idols. But that's a very good point. Although this is a very sensitive area, but being transparent in finance, relationship with other people, struggles and therefore helps relationship a lot. It can create a sense of intimacy and trust, transparency from both parties. Oh, this is proven. I agree with you 100%. 100%. 100%. If you are able to be, it saves you a lot, right? It saves you a lot. It gives you, I mean, when I knew that we had one money issue, I knew that I couldn't be serving two chicken. I auto reset pa. I knew that we couldn't be saying, oh baby, are we going out? There was a time when we started dating for a while, we're going out almost every Sunday. It was easier to do
Yep.
that back in the day, right? It's not a standard, but that's how, because I mean, it's working out. That's the only day we get to see. And then we
Yeah.
just go. And it was not about where we are going or eating big. No, we were just leveraging what we had. All right. But it got to a point that we can't chop the chicken. Hello, you collect egg, collect the reduce the meat or whatever. And we adjusted. The problem again, some people we don't, and Tosi mentioned it last week. Are you able to adjust to seasons? Are you able to adjust to what you guys are going through? It helps a lot to be able to see what your realities are. I can't be asking my husband to buy me a car when as a gift when he himself never get car. I think it's just madness. Right now, let me explain. When I mean madness, in the sense that if he chooses to do it for you out of baby, you enter car, I'll enter keke, great. But putting a pressure on him, like buy me a car
That's
now,
it.
putting a pressure,
Mhm.
buy me a car
Other
now out
men
of
are buying their
other
wives
cars, and just
cars.
because you feel like what Boma said, other men are buying themselves car. It's not fair. Can he afford it? If he can't afford it, do you understand? Okay, should we put money together to buy a car? I mean, our honeymoon, we put money together to, is it the honeymoon? Yeah. We put money together to do honeymoon or one of those things that I think was car or honeymoon. We shall put money together to do something. And again, we didn't plan honeymoon until after wedding. The plan was, Imisi,
Yep.
we're going to finish our wedding, pay all the money, make sure we don't owe debt. If we are not in debt, we will go for
You
any
go
money
for
we have left.
that's it.
We'll go for honeymoon. If we are done paying everything and there's no money for honeymoon, gaskia, we're okay. It was after our wedding we have paid everything. That when I said, okay, we have some cash left, let's go for honeymoon. But if you're allowing this old age, like for instance, I told you now, like 10 years anniversary would be nice to have new ring. That was my dream. I kept saying it. And it didn't happen. My dear, I'm wearing my old
It
ring.
hasn't
Nothing,
happened.
it hasn't happened. Thank you, baby. I'm wearing my old ring. Nothing has changed because at the end of the day, why do
Exactly.
I need to change a ring? It might be what I've said, 10 years condition. It's not a big deal. And that is one of the things that takes away pressure and give the peace of mind. And I know that the person is not selfish. If he has it, I told my husband something today, and I'm like, I mean, like when he has, you don't understand, there's no negotiating. Is and I just pray that is a default setting. Like I am a man, I will take care of my family, I will take care of my wife, I will go to any extent legally to take care of my family. If I see that, and again, men, if a woman is complaining that I don't know security, if you're having a lot of conversation about security, I'm not, are you sure? Is maybe the woman is trying to say that I'm not sure if I see you pulling your weight because we're also in a time where I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but I met a woman. I told me one that a PI. The problem is my husband is 40 something. Is trying to do his pet project at 40 something. I'm sorry, we have children. This is not a time to be trying pet idea. It might sound like what does that mean? But that's the reality that okay, I have this, I have a dream, I have a dream, I have a dream. Okay, while you're having your dream, can you have something that is steady for your family? Can you guys have so that your have
Where
a
I can
dream
wake up.
your have a dream is not suffering your family because she's just saying she's carrying the weight is a lot and the guy is just there having a dream building illusion. Wake up. Do you understand? So and this is a conversation when people can argue, but there are other people that their wife supported them, they have that conversation. If your wife is not feeling that way, then it is what it is. Why can't she believe? I'll keep telling people this. Lastly, the reason why my husband allows me and has allowed me for the longest time is so number one, I wasn't lazy. The
Yes.
work, the hard work I put in doing what I was doing then and now is not even people that are supposed to do that can't, they don't have the bandwidth. And I'm not trying to, some people, not everybody, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to blow my trumpet. I'm just saying he saw that I was not lazy. He could see results. My God said was producing. So it wasn't just me conjoining some things. And he could see the growth that I've had over time in my life. So sometimes some people it's tough for them to follow you, male or female. You're a man, say my wife, please believe me. But she have been believing you 5 years. And where is the consistency? What have you done consistently? And I built and developed. Same thing for a woman. I have a dream. Believe me, give me that money, I'll do it. He pack up everything they pack up. You're tired. Oh my motion, oh my head, oh my chest, oh my nose. After a while. So when the woman or the man is telling you, baby, I don't know if I can trust. When they see, I don't know what this is for. When a woman keeps saying something about trust, don't be as a man. Maybe go and speak to PO and ask some frank conversation. It could be your husband telling your wife trying to tell you that, Baba, if I wait for you, and I know it. I have mature friends that it was the case. I have a friend that she has done what's that trust fund for her children because the way her husband is swiping, may her children not get to school. When it's time for university, the man will still saying, I have a dream. I used to have money. I used to have. So my point is sometimes you want trust, but have you earned the trust? Your consistent lifestyle shows us how you make decisions and tough decisions. I will always talk about my brother-in-law. When he lost that premium job, that he went from the first moment, boom, he carried his car, started doing Uber, started doing everything he could, and today they are back. It was tough, but they are back. The question is, do you have the capacity to care for
Beat.
your home? As a man, as a woman, do you have the capacity to build your home? I don't know why I entered there, but God bless you all. All right. If it was your great time, sorry, it was your first time, is work-life balance. If can we even get to talk? We'll talk, continue that on next week. Work-life balance is I say, I don't know if it's balance or work-life reality. I don't know what work-life balance is, to be honest. I feel like it's just really be sure that you're not balancing when you should be tilling the ground. Because sometimes we want to balance at a time where we need to be digging the ground. What's it called? I woke up one morning and I heard the God say, plow the fallow, what's that thing? Break the fallow ground. Don't be balancing when it's a season. I love how Trisha said it. It's a season. There may be a season. My mentor told me years ago, there'll be a season in your life. You will work more than you are earning. And a time will come, you will earn more than you're working. Don't switch it. Don't mistake it. Because poverty is just waiting for you in the front. That sometimes I
Oopsie.
love it. Work-life harmony. Exactly. It's not balance, it's an harmony. I know when okay, I need to rest. Sometimes use 4 hours you can sleep because work demands you're releasing a project. You have to make sure you know whatever your team knows. If you're just starting a business, you won't probably start with all the departments in place. So it's work-life harmony, not necessarily balance. So be sure that you're
And if you
not
also even look at the template that God sets, it's 5 days of work, sorry, 6 days of work, 1 day of rest. So you can't call it balance if you want the equal number. I think you can call it harmony to say that, you can have 1 day of rest that compensates for 6 days of work. But I think what has happened is, a lot of times people break, and the solution to you breaking is not so much resting. Sometimes it's actually building capacity. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, this is so stressful, I need to rest.
Oh,
Sometimes you
okay,
don't
Pio.
need
I
to
think
rest.
the issue is talking about work-life balance with romance. Well, I think somebody mentioned that, oh,
Romance.
work, work, work,
Okay.
work. The issue is that you must understand seasons, right? A typical example, my life at the moment. The way we have done life is not the way we're doing life right now. And sometimes,
Yeah,
let's even go
so
back to when we're dating. There was a time that my husband was working almost sometimes Sunday. So we're not seeing as much. Again, have you invested in your emotional bank? Sometimes you want
that's
to
it.
draw down on what you have not invested in. So a
Oh my
season
God.
might come, you might not have quantity, and all you have is quality. Make it count. And a season might come where you have a lot of quantity, ensure there's quality, make it count. So there may season where you are actually building and everybody just walk, 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 but you have to also make time for it to say, you know what, in a moment, even as busy as we are, a text, a message. When I'm talking to you, I'm not feeling my phone. If it's 5 minutes, I know it's 5 minutes of intentionality. If you're in that season where you're very busy and all, thoughtfulness is a major key for you. In a season where you're so busy, you're doing stuff, you are thoughtful enough to take a moment to pause, think about your partner, what do they need and all. Absolutely, there are seasons where there's a lot of building, I will not lie, and it looks like you don't have time, you're holding hands, looking in my eye, I look in my eye. It might not be, you might not have that. And there are seasons where it's almost the same as work-life balance. There may be a season where you guys have the time, you're just everywhere together, laughing, chasing greats. Whatever the season, the same thing is required. Make sure you're building something in a bank that by the time you need to draw down on it, it is still very much available. All right. Good night, everybody. I hope you are, if it's your first time with us at Feed tonight, I hope you are all blessed. I hope you've learned something. If it's your first night, I say first night, but first time tonight, can you just wave? The team are going to drop a link so you can click on the link and follow us, and we would
Yep.
like to connect with you. If it's not your first time, then God bless you. We'll see you on Sunday. Remember, Sunday school start by 7:30. Online church, Sunday school 7:30. I will continue afterwards. God bless you greatly. Pio is going to be with you on Sunday. Don't worry. All right. All right. Yeah, so
Oops.
much to say, so little time. We're going to continue. I've seen some questions people are asking. This whole patient peace of mind and some other question. Let's continue. But I really have to say this: that you see, we have to be conscious of the grace that we carry. It's the same way Pio was so tremendously blessed. Looking at Pastor Taiwo, I think it prepared him, and there's such a grace upon that house. Now, not everybody might have hey, not everybody might.
Naira Patuk.
That's
Or
incorrect. Am I
I
partook
don't know.
or my
Mhm.
partake? My partook, so I was correct. Okay, not everybody might have partook of it then, but if you are able to connect with it, is helping us and helping a lot of us in this house with our marriages. I believe by the grace of God, our vision is connected to family, and we know that God will bless us all in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, God bless you
Amen.
all and see you soon. Amen.
Signing out. God bless you.